We are streaming Trickerion.
All right. Okay. So, who's who here? Let me figure out. Okay, Garrick, you're. So we're not going to be playing with the asymmetry just because it'll be kind of weird in the baby game because you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I got
you. But once we go through the game, I can kind of say like, this is what this guy would have done or whatever. So just pick your magician. Do you want to be the Master of Chains or the Red Lotus?
They're both pretty tempting. Let's go with Red Lotus. I like that.
Okay. Actually, that won't go there yet.
I won't go there yet.
Right. No. You can go there. That's fine. This goes on the board, but it doesn't go there yet. Just keep it next to you. Here, put it over here, actually.
Okay.
I will pick, again, it doesn't matter really. I'll be the Mechanicer because we're not playing with the bonus stuff. Lily, do you want to be, who are you? You're the spiritual. Do you want to be Yoruba or the Princess of Mysticism?
I think I want to be the priestess.
Okay. Oh yeah,
Cool.
Priestess, not princess. And then Alan, do you want to be the Great Optico or the Gentleman?
Sorry, what? Sorry, my wife is asking me to help her with something.
You're good.
I'll do the Gentleman.
Okay.
And I'll be right back.
No problem. Again, doesn't really matter because we're not playing with asymmetry, so. All right, let me just clean these up just so we can have some shit over here in case we need some room for something.
Because we don't have enough of it.
I mean, there's a lot of room here, but this is probably one of the biggest table hogs in the history of board games. It is so huge. Let's see if there's anything I can do while we're waiting for him. Oh, we will get money based on turn order. It already gave it to us, it looked like, because Lily's first. She should have $10. Yep. Okay. So yeah, your money is way over here. It's kind of tracked in this counter, way over to the right. Like it's because you're going to need board space. Yeah, because you're going to need this space right here. This space will be occupied by something. So don't worry about this book yet. It'll be useful in a little bit, but just don't get too intimidated. We're probably gonna have to not use the scripting for ending the turn because that's probably gonna like break stuff because I took out half the stuff that's gonna script. So we may just avoid that.
Okay.
I think it did this fine. Yep. I mean, I know he knows how to play, kind of. So I'll wait for him though, because.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
No worries.
Okay, so. The theme of this game is we are competing magicians, like the magician of this town. I think it's called, I can't remember what it's called. He's retiring, so we're competing to become the next great magician of this area. We're each a different school, and I kind of said some of them. Lily's spiritual, Alan's optical, like optical illusions. Garrick is escape artist. Like Kinky. Chains, and then I'm mechanical magic, which I guess is like bullet catches and stuff like that. It really doesn't matter. I mean, it kind of matters what you start with because your first trick has to be in your school. But beyond that, other than your asymmetrical power, when you play with those, other than that, it's not really that much of a difference. Okay, so this is essentially worker placement. You're going to start with 3 workers. Let me find them. Where's the magician? Oh, he has a hat. Okay, so you're going to start with 3 workers, 2 of which are introduced to you on this board. If you just want to come to Lily's board, that's the one I'm going to kind of use to like show off stuff. So your workers go right here. You start with a magician who has this hat on, and this apprentice. You're also going to start with the 3rd worker, but the 3rd worker is your choice of 3 different types, and we'll go over them in a second. But let me just go over the basics of the game first. So you have this hand of cards, and and let me just show them right here. They are all associated with locations on the board. And you have 2 theater cards because the theater is kind of the most important area of the game. So you kind of have 2 of them because you may need them. But the other things you only have 1 of. At the beginning of a round, you're going to place these cards underneath your workers secretly. So they'll be like face down. And then once everybody's done, we all reveal. And that's essentially where you're sending this guy. And this is like you're sending this guy to the workshop, this guy downtown. You're not allowed to change them. Once you're done, you're done. Because it could, because turn order does matter big time in this game, because then in turn order, we all place 1 worker. So you might want to look around. There's always like in Trickerion, like at the beginning of the round, you kind of look around where everybody's going. And it's like, oh shit, everyone's going downtown. Well, I want to go downtown first because maybe it's, I want to do something there that, and I want to get it done. Because now come up to the board. On the board areas, there's 3 areas essentially: downtown, Market Row, and the theater. And just ignore Dark Alley because we're not playing with it. Each area where you place your worker are these circles. The first one to place there, and you can place them in anywhere, but because we're playing, and there's reasons in the more advanced game why you might not want to play on the far left spot. But the way we're playing, you're almost always going to want to play the far left spot because it gives you 2 additional action points. So if Lily sent her magician downtown, the magician, it's kind of covered by the hat because they put a hat on him for some reason. But the magician has 3 action points essentially. So if Lily goes to downtown first and puts it here, she has 5 actions to spend essentially to do actions downtown. If she's, didn't get here first and she has to go here, then she only has 4 actions, et cetera, et cetera. Your apprentice only has 1 action point. So as you see, he can be very limited to things he can do potentially because he only has 1, the magician has 3. So that's the basics of playing the game. We're just going to be doing worker placement stuff in order. But let's talk about what we do at each spot. And that's where the game becomes much more complicated. All right, let's talk about downtown first because it's kind of the easiest, and it'll kind of introduce us to the game. There are 3 things you can do downtown. Each one costs 3 action points, okay? So you might be asking yourself, well, if I send my magician there, I get 5, so I can still only do 1 thing. Well, you're going to start with at least 1 of these. I can't remember in the basic game how many you start with. But you're going to start at least with 1 Trickerion shard, and you're going to accumulate these. There's various ways to get these in the game. Anytime you do an action, so anytime you're using a worker, you can spend 1 shard for 1 additional action point. Now you're not allowed to spend 2 shards for 2 additional action points, just 1 for 1. That's it. So if I send the magician here first, I can spend 1 shard to get 6 action points and do 2 things here, which is pretty powerful. So let's talk about what we can do here. So when you go here, you choose one of the 3 actions, which are separated by these colored dice. Let's talk about the easiest one first. The bank, which is over here, the black dice, you just take the amount of money shown on the dice. These dice are rolled randomly. This dice has like 6, 5, 4, 3, and then another 3, I think, and then an X. Once you take it, so if like Lily's takes this 6, you just change the dice to the X when you're done. And so now it cannot be taken anymore. So that's now an X. If someone else comes in here afterwards, she could take the other 6, but then that goes to an X. So then now you're kind of screwed for taking money, but there's a way around it, which we'll get to in a second. The second thing you can do here is get new workers. There are 2 dice for more workers. This dice right here, the right dice, is all assistants. Every side of the dice is an assistant except 1 X. So that's just all assistants. So it's going to be it's going to basically give you more assistants. The second one are the specialists, and we'll kind of go over the specialists in a second. But if you want a specialist, you're going to come this dice. There's 1 of each of the 3 specialists on here, and then 3 X's. So there could be a time when because we rolled these at the start of every round, and it could be like you might not be able to take a specialist that round.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Because it's an X, right? Before I go over the last spot, let's talk about how you can manipulate these dice. If you look down below the worker placement spots, if for 1 action point you can re-roll any dice. Now this can be done meanly. So say Lily came here first, and this was a 6, and this was a 6. Now it doesn't happen that often, but just say it was like this. She went here first, and she didn't have the shard to spend. So she does, maybe she gets this 6 right here for 6 money, and she has extra actions to spend. She might just say, you know what, I'm going to re-roll this dice just for fun. And so instead of the 6, someone's going to get a 5, or maybe even worse. So there are kind of things you can do that to kind of be mean. It doesn't happen super often, but it's certainly possible. For 2 action points, you can set a dice to any face you want before taking the action. So that's one way to get around some of this X problem. Okay. Next up is the final spot up here is taking a trick. Now, a trick are essentially the core of the game. Think of the trick. I'm assuming y'all have probably played like Lords of Waterdeep or something. This game is sort of like that, but not exactly. But think of the trick as quests, kind of.
Gotcha.
They're kind of like quests, kind of, not really, but you'll see that that's the general gist. So the tricks are separated into 3 levels. You have level 1, which is these first 4. Then you have level 16, and I'll explain why they're called level 16 and not level 2 in a little bit. And then we're not going to be playing with the level 36, so just don't even worry about those. I'll probably take them out eventually. We're just going to be playing with the first 8. You're going to start with one of these, and you'll be able to pick which one you want to start with, but you'll be picking one from your school, because they are separated into school. There's optical, and the symbols are at the top: optical, escape, spiritual, mechanical. So let's look at an anatomy of a trick. So obviously the name, the art, there's components right here. The components are what you need to prepare the trick. Now, unlike Lords of Waterdeep or games like that where you're turning in resources to do something, once you've acquired the resources to prepare a trick, you never give up the resources. You always have them forever. So you could just keep preparing this trick over and over again. Plus, you could get another trick, say like this one, that also needs the same exact components over here, these metal components. So now you already have them for this trick. So this trick now doesn't require as much stuff to make, essentially. And that's kind of what Trickerion is. It's kind of like accumulating resources for one trick and kind of looking of where you can do another trick without having to accumulate a shit ton of more resources. Because the more time you're spent accumulating resources, the less time you are scoring points, basically.
Gotcha.
Okay. The other anatomy of a trick is each trick will be assigned kind of a symbol, and you have a bunch of these little trick markers here, and they're just like the 4 suits of a card. So like this trick could be assigned this heart symbol. And then the arrow over here is how many prepares the trick gets. So you see it has like the little 3D element. That means it can get 2 prepares. So you would put 2 of these markers on this trick to note that you have prepared. Like when you prepare it, it comes with 2 basically uses, essentially, I guess what you could, lack of a better word, 2 uses. The points of the trick are right here in the middle, or what the reward for doing the trick is. And you don't get it when you prepare it, you get it when you perform it. And we'll talk about performing in a minute. But the stars are points. The circle M is money. And then the thing below that is shards. So some trick gives shards, which are really nice. The tricks are just very variable. They're pretty balanced. Some guy went through all the tricks to figured out the formula they used for all the balancing. And there's only one trick that's like really janky, but I'll show it to you in terms of balancing. So that's kind of the anatomy of a trick. But let me just take this one just so we can kind of show what we do with it in a minute. Okay. All right. So back to downtown. This top area is where you acquire another trick. So that's the final thing you can do downtown. To acquire another trick, you just can pick a trick from whatever the dice faces are. Now you can always pick a trick from your school, no matter what the dice say. So even if the dice are both X's, you can still, actually that's not true. If the dices are X's, you cannot take a trick. But if Lily came up here and she's spiritual, there's mechanical and optical, she could still say, you know what, I just want one of my tricks. I just wanted this one. So I told you there's level 1 and level 16. You are not allowed to acquire a level 16 trick until you have at least 16 points. Now you start the game with 5 points, but and then 36 would be 36 points. But there is a trick to this. You can acquire it if you spend $1 per point you're missing. So, for instance, very obvious, if Lily's at 12 points and she wants this trick, she could spend $4 extra to acquire this trick earlier than she would do it. And you'll see as you play the game, that is not a bad thing to do, though money can be very tight in this game, and there is a salary requirement in this game, which can be very punishing, but we'll talk about that in a bit. And I don't know why I'm bothering with this. Okay. Okay, so that's the downtown. So we explained downtown. Let's go down to Market Row. Market Row is where you're going to purchase components. There are 3 levels of components. There are the basics, which are level 1, and they're kind of marked underneath as like what level they are. They're also color coded. There's light, like tan. There's orange is level 2, and red is level 3. Most tricks require a variety of the basics, some orange, and then very rarely we're going to see, because the 36ers are the ones that require the reds mostly, but there are some that there's even level 1 that requires a red, so it can happen. When you go to Market Row, so let's just pretend we sent this magician here. For 1 action point, you can buy. Okay, let me back up a second. This is the store. This is the current store. The store starts with the basic components. It does not start with any of the advanced components. So when you go here the very first time, you're only buying the basics. But I'll tell you how to change that. For 1 action point, you can buy any number of 1 component. So for instance, for 1 action point, I could say I want 3 wood. So you just get 3 of the little chits. So their chits are over here, and you just get 3 of them.
Gotcha.
No trick ever requires more than 3 of one type. So there's never any reason to buy more than 3 of anything. And again, the tricks say, on it, like this one requires 1 wood, 1 glass, and 1 dove or animal. I will say, as you get more experience with the game, because as you get more experience with the game, you're kind of going to know like which tricks, like if you start with living piano, you know which kind of tricks you want to go into after living piano. So you'll kind of like start buying ahead, like, okay, I know I need this in the future turn, but you don't need to worry about that your first turn. But what I'm also saying is, like, living piano only requires 1 wood. Well, when you come here, you may want to buy more than 1 wood, because later you might acquire a trick that requires 2 wood, and you really don't want to waste a turn coming back here to get 1 wood. As you'll see, this game can be very limited actions, and the more actions you're spending buying stuff here, the harder it is to score points. Okay, so for 1 action point, as I said, you can buy any number of 1 component. For 1 action point, you can order a component for the next turn. So for 1 action point, I could say, you know what, I'm going to need this saw, and you just place it in any of the 4 spots over here. And at the end of the round, this saw will replace whatever is adjacent or whatever corresponds to that area. So at the end of the round, this saw would replace this cloth. So this is also a part of the game that can be very dangerous, because you could be like, okay, I'm going to get this cloth next round. And then Alan comes over here and he's like, I'm going to place this saw right here. So then the cloth goes away. So then now next round, you got to like come back here and order cloth again. And you're like, well, shit, this sucks. So there's definitely some of the game is like trying to figure out, what I need to buy so I don't screw up and that kind of stuff. But the final action you can use to get around that, but it is very costly. The final action you can do here is for 2 action points, you can quick order a component. So the quick order goes in the middle. So that's 2 just to put it here. And then for an additional action point, you can buy as many of these as you want, but they're $1 more each one you buy. So if I really want the saw this round, I could spend 2 action points to order it, 1 action point to buy it, and then if I buy just 1, it'd be $3, or if I bought 3 saws, it would be $9. So quick order is possible. It's not used. I don't use it that often, but it's probably more useful than I give it credit for. And I said that was the final action, but there's one more action, and that is there's actually a very good mouse over on this mod, by the way. So if you ever forget, you can mouse over and it really explains everything. For one action point, you can bargain. So like if I have like an extra action point, I can bargain $1 off the price. You can never bargain something down to 0, however, but you can at least get some money discount. So that's Market Row. Oh, and each one of these components is $1. Each one of these is $2. Each one of these $3. I should have said that at the beginning, but yeah, it's up here. That's how much each thing costs.
So just to clarify on bargain, I couldn't use bargain just to buy one cloth because that would reduce it to 0.
Correct, right.
2, I could still use it.
Yes, and then you could buy, right. Like if this magician has 3 action points, so I could buy like 3 wood for 1 action, 3 glass for 2 actions, and then for 1 remaining action, just get $1 off of either of those purchases. Yeah, so. And just like in downtown, if you spend a shard here, you can get 1 additional action.
Sure.
Okay, those are these 2 areas of the game. The other area of the game that you have a card for that's not up here is the workshop. And so if you come down to Lily's board, the workshop is your personal action space. And it's right up here. When you send a guy here, this is where you go to prepare a trick. So we talked about the linking rings earlier. So the tricks go up on this part of your board. The components will go right here. So, say I had 2 metal right here. Oops, that's the store metal. I had 2 metal right here. So now I have the means of preparing linking rings. So to prepare it, I send 1 guy to the workshop. This is how many action points are required to prepare the trick. So it only requires 1 action point. Well, good thing my apprentice is 1 action point. So his action can be preparing this. So I would just put these 2 on here to prepare it, and it would be ready to go. You can also use shards in the workshop, etc. The workshop has one other function, but I will tell you about that when I get to the specialists because it has to deal with them. Okay, so that is the 3 main areas of the board. Let's talk about the meat of the game, which is performing, the whole performance stage. Okay, so if you're going to perform, you're obviously going to send someone to the theater. The only character that can actually perform tricks, and totally makes sense, is the magician. If you do not send your magician to the theater, you're not performing any tricks that round. However, you will see a pro tip for Trickerion is you can actually win the game. It's possible without ever sending your magician to perform. It is possible. It's probably not probable, but you can do still very well. So, but let's talk about how the theater works. So let's just say we sent these 2 guys to the theater. So when you go to the theater, so let's just say we send this guy first. So when you go to the theater, there's 4 days in the theater, and they're marked up here: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. When you go to the theater, you basically pick your day because no one can do the same day. So if I say I'm going Friday, then no one else can go in this row at all. So you'll have to just pick other rows. And there are reasons why some of the rows are worse than the others. We'll talk about that in a second. If you send someone backstage, you have 2 actions possible you can do. One action is to put a trick onto a theater card. These are the theater cards. So to do that, you would just take one of your chits for 1 action point, and you would place it on one of the cards. And it would be good to turn your rotational thing to 45 degrees because that is the way these things move around. Because if you have it like at 15, it sucks. So because there's no snap here, I don't think. There kind of is, but it doesn't rotate. Okay, so you'll put these on these theater cards. There is and this is where the Mindclash finickiness comes in. There's one rule for placing tricks on these cards. Your school of magic has to point towards the circle. So for instance, if this was Lily and she's spiritual, she's the way of that symbol, whatever you want to call it, swirly symbol. So it has to be placed towards the circle. Now it could be this over here, It could be like up here, but it just has to be towards the circle. Okay.
That's a Trickerion, by the way.
Oh, okay. There you go. The other action you can do here is you can actually move a trick to another card. It is very rare you will do this, but I'll kind of show you why you'll do this in a second. But it's pretty rare action. But just know most of the time you're going to be just placing your tricks on the card. The rule for placing a trick on the card is 1, symbol must point toward a circle, and 2, you can never have the same trick on the same card. So Lily can't put 2 of her linking rings tricks on this card. Thematically, it's because who wants to go to a magic show and see the same trick twice? But let's just say she had 2 tricks. So she had like this Breath of Life trick as well. And it was her diamond trick, for instance. Then she sent another guy up here to put another thing on. And she said, okay, I'm going to put it on this same trick. And again, you have to put the symbol towards the circle. Whenever you create a link with any trick, now not just your trick, but anyone's trick. So it could be even Garrick's trick up here, but she managed to create a symbol link, meaning it matched symbols. Now, obviously, it wouldn't have been like this, but it could have been like Garrick could have put it like his like this because he's chained, so he pointed up here, and then Lily's like, ooh, here's a swirly in the circle, so I'll put it like this. So if you make a link, you can choose either to get 1 point or 1 money. And that's for level 1 tricks. If you place a level 16 to make a link, you get either 2 points or 2 money. And then 36 would be 3 or 3, but we're not playing with those. So if you link with the shard, you get a shard. Plus, whoever you linked with also gets a shard. So if it's just you just get 1 shard. But if this was Garrick's trick, you would both get a shard. So that's one way you can kind of team up a little bit. Okay, so then let's just say these are up here. These are like 2 of Lily's tricks that she put up here. Okay, so then she put her magician. The magician will always go here if he performs. But again, the magician can go backstage. He has 3 action points. So you could use him to just put tricks on all these cards, because you can't put the same trick on the same card. But if you have a trick that has like this trick right here, mind reading, has 3 prepares on it. Now it's no points and no money, but it's a lot of shards. But you could spread that trick on a bunch of cards, and other people are performing it, and you're getting points for it. I'm kind of working ahead, but so let's just say Lily performs this. So when she performs this, she chooses which card she wants to perform. The card you perform always has to have at least one of your tricks on it. So you can't just say like, I'm going to perform somebody. I mean, you would never do that probably, but so she says, I'm going to perform this card right here. When you perform a card, you get the performance bonus. So it's right here. So this one's 1 point and 1 money. As you see, they're all different. So this one's obviously a little bit better than this one. And then you get your points for your tricks. So whatever we see it's called the yield essentially. So whatever the points are and whatever the money is, you would get for both these tricks, and then they would come off and it would basically be reset. You also get 1 point for every link on the card, so then that would be another point. And if there's additional links, get those points. But what's interesting about Trickerion is, like I said, Alan could have a trick on here as well. Like just say he has like this trick right here. So Lily performs this card, so she gets the performer bonus and she gets all the link points, but Alan still gets these points for his trick. He, thematically, he kind of made the trick and he licensed it for Lily to perform in her performance. So that's one way you could just spread your tricks around all these cards, and then other people are performing them and scoring your points, and you're not worrying about performing them. You're using your magician for other stuff, It's one way to play the game. All right. So
just to be clear, from the anatomy, you get either a point or a money for linking a trick to a card.
Yes, or linking a trick to another trick, essentially. Yes.
Linking a trick to another trick.
Yep.
You get potentially shards if you link tricks across these circles.
And it's whoever you link with.
You get the value of the trick when it's performed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then potentially, if you are the performer, you get the value of the performance at the thing listed at the bottom.
Correct. Yep. All correct.
I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing anything.
Nope, that was perfect. Okay, now there are these performances are done in order. So Thursday goes first. I mean, it's just like the days of a week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So like whoever's Thursday will get first choice of what card they perform. Now, most of the time it's, they're going to perform their one that they have the most things on. But sometimes you may just want to perform, like there might be 4 points of links on a card. You might, and your tricks are everywhere. So people are going to perform everything. So you just want to take the one that has the most link points because, points definitely matter. So, you may choose that. So, but there are differences to the days. Friday and Saturday are exactly the same. There's no difference between Friday and Saturday other than Friday goes first. But Thursday, you have 1 extra action point in the back, meaning like this guy could prepare 2 tricks instead of 1. But that comes at a cost. The cost is that every trick that is performed that round of yours, not just you perform, anyone performs if you use that round is -1 point and -1 money to the point of 0. Like if it was 0 points, you wouldn't lose points, but that's every trick that's performed. So you kind of got to be careful picking Thursday. If you have a lot of tricks up here and they all get performed, you're just going to cost yourself a bunch of points. Conversely,
so for the backstage stuff, though, like I could prepare something on Thursday and then it doesn't get performed till Friday or Saturday, right?
No, because you put a guy on Thursday, every Thursday trick, any trick you have out there that's performed by anyone is going to be -1 point and -1 money.
Okay.
So anyone performs it, not just you. But that's true. Your tricks could get performed, but you are going to get that penalty. So because that 1 action point is pretty powerful, but it does come at a huge cost. But if you're only performing like maybe, you only have 1 trick out there and you need this extra action point, then it's not as bad. But if you have a lot out there, it can be bad. But conversely, if you want to perform on Sunday, it's -1 action point back here, which you might say, well, this guy is worthless, but the specialists have 2 action points. So you'll see here in a second. But you get for all your tricks performed that round, every trick is +1 and +1. So that can add up to a lot of points. The final thing you need to know about the theater, or not the final thing, but one of the other things you need to know about the theater, no shards in the theater. So you cannot get extra actions here. So this -1 spot, like these guys are worthless. These are totally pointless. Only your magician back here will be able to prepare tricks, or the specialist who has 2 actions. So just be careful with that. The final thing to know about the theater, and we haven't talked about the specialist yet, but another bonus you get when you perform is you get, whatever specialist you used, if you used a specialist backstage, you get a bonus. So if you use the wrench guy, which is the engineer, you get a shard. If you use the assistant, who is the ribbon, you get 2 points. And if you used a manager, you get $3. This is, you can stack these, meaning if you had, you started the game with a manager and acquired an assistant, you could have them both backstage, get 2 points and $3. You can only have 1 of each specialist though, so we haven't talked about those, but you can only have 1 of each. So the most you're going to have is 1 of each of those. So, okay, that's pretty much how the theater works. And that's pretty much the entire game. We will play 3 rounds. These theater cards are going to rotate. We start the game with this setup, but they're going to, like this one's going to move down here, and they're going to kind of rotate, and better ones are going to come out as the game progresses. Once it gets to here, it's going to fall off the board after this turn, so in a couple turns. So that's one reason why you might want to remove tricks. Like say this one has one of your tricks on it, and you might want to move it to like a card way back here so it doesn't just fall off. Pretty rare that would happen probably, but that's just an option.
That's this action up here.
Yeah, that's put a trick on, and that's move a trick. Reschedule is what it's called. All right, let's talk about the specialists, because that's kind of what you're going to do when we start the game is you're going to pick a specialist. So there are 3 specialists in this game. There is, let's talk about this one first, the manager. And each one comes with a start of the game bonus. When you acquire these throughout the game, though, like if you go to downtown and get a new specialist, they do not come with their start of the game bonus. So the manager, when you start the game with the manager, and I kind of didn't say this, but when you start the game, you're going to start the game with 2 components. So you can either start the game with 2 $1 components, or you can start the game with 1 $2 component. So like you can start the game with 2 metal or 1 saw or whatever you want, any combination. When you start the game with a manager, you start the game with 2 more components. So either 2 1s or another 2. Plus, the benefit of the manager is any component that is on the manager counts as an additional component. So for instance, if this 2 metal was on the manager, it's now 3 metal. So she basically, gets you that extra component. Or if you had a saw here, it'd be 2 saws, essentially. And the component of 2 that she starts with starts on her board. And when you go to Market Road to acquire new components, you can put them directly on her board. But she only has 2 slots. Now, you can move components between her and your own board, but that requires a workshop action, which is right on her board.
Gotcha.
Which I'm not allowed to, I can't tab here for some reason. It's like, that's interesting. It's like a button. But yeah, that's so you can move. So, there might be a point in the game where you want to move stuff to her board. Again, it doesn't happen that often, but that's what that's symbolizing, moving components to the workshop. All right, that's the manager. So she starts with 2 extra components. Let's talk about it's like a giant version. Okay, let's just move this over here. Okay, next up is the assistant. The assistant is very simple. The assistant starts with another apprentice. So you actually start the game with 4 workers instead of just 3. And he is also free because at the end of every round, you're going to have to pay salary for your workers. Your magician, that's you, you're free, you're the boss. Every apprentice, and it's right here under it, is $1. The specialist is $2, but she comes with a free apprentice. If you acquire her after the start of the game, you do not get that free apprentice. That is a start of the game bonus. However, if you acquire her, you can, for 1 workshop action, move an apprentice to here to make him free, so you don't have to pay for him anymore. And that's it. That's the assistant. And then finally, the engineer. The engineer starts the game with a second trick, and you can pick this trick from any school. Does not have to be your school. Obviously, it cannot be level 16, but it can be any level 1 trick you want. But she starts, and she has the ability now you can hold 4 tricks instead of 3. She also comes with a second bonus that the trick that's on her card that you prepare comes with an additional prepare. So for instance, linking rings. Whoops. If you prepared linking rings, instead of putting 2 on here, you would put 3, essentially. So that's a very nice bonus. And then her workshop action is you can move a trick from over here to her board or switch tricks or whatever, in case you have a trick that you're like, ooh, I'd rather have 3 of these or whatever, and that's that one. And that's pretty much it for that is just the baby game. Let's talk about turn order. Turn order is based on points. Whoever is last will go first in the next round. And also, you can do something at the very start of the game, or the start of every round, you can choose to advertise. If you advertise, you just kind of put your poster up here where your turn marker is, but you get points. It's one way to kind of like accelerate your point engine so you can get to that level 16 trick a little faster. So first player can spend $1 for 2 points, second player $2 for 2 points, $3 for 2 points, and then finally last, whoever's doing the best, spends $4 for 2 points. I would say, in my experience, like first and second player do this pretty often, but $3 and $4 is pretty punishing. I think that is pretty much it. Let me think if there's anything. At the end of the game, we will score for. I might have to check the manual for like what the baby game score is. I know you get 1 for every 3 money. Well, yeah, just put her there. 1 for every 3. I think the manuals are under here. Oh, they're over here. Oh, this is the extra book. Okay. 1 point for every unspent shard. 1 point for every 3 leftover money. 2 points for each, and this is only in the baby game. 2 points for each apprentice you have. Start the game with 1, and 3 points for every specialist you have, and 2 points. Oh, never mind. Don't read. Ignore that last one. So 2 points for every apprentice and 3 points for every specialist, and that's pretty much it. And I think that's it. So the books I told you about that I told you not to peek at. So the book that is next to your board is sort of the magician's workbook, they call it. It basically has every trick in the game, and you can it has different states, has 4 states for each school. So it kind of shows you what, each school, the progression. The bottom is the level 36. Don't worry about them at all. But you can kind of see the synergies between your stage tricks, but there's synergies between different schools. Most of the synergies are between like spiritual and optical are kind of similar, and then mechanical and chain are kind of similar. But you can kind of look, if you want to kind of like briefly glance at those. I wouldn't for your first game like feel like you need to like totally drive yourself crazy looking at the magician workbook or whatever. How do I get these back in my hand? Hold on. Okay. You can kind of glance at that if you would like. Let me put these back. Whoops. Thank you. So first thing you do is everyone choose which specialist you want to start the game with, and which your first trick is, or in the case, and your first 2 components. Or, let me tell you one more thing. Sorry. One more rule. There's 1 trick in each level 1 school, and let me just get them out so I can show you. That is associated with 2 of the basic components. So like this one is 2 cloth, this one is 2 wood, this one's 2 metal, this is 2 glass. If you choose this as your starting trick, not your engineer trick though. So like if you pick the engineer and pick this trick as your engineer trick, you do not get this bonus. But if you choose this as your starting trick, and you select these as your 2 starting components, so if, for instance, Garrick said, all right, I'll start with barricaded barrels with 2 wood, then you get this trick will come prepared. You don't have to waste a workshop action preparing it. It will come ready to go. Now, these aren't necessarily the best tricks to start with, but they do start. You will start the game with them, so it's not a terrible idea for your first time, but it's something you can do. And turn order was randomly selected. Lily is first, and looks like Garrick's second. And your money, I think we talked about this while Alan was away or something. Your money is way over here on this counter. Lily starts the game with 10 money, and then everyone else gets $2 more in turn order. Garrick gets 12, I get 14, Alan gets 16. And again, you will have to pay salary at the end of every round. And money is really tight for a little bit, the first couple turns, but then you're kind of flush with it at the end. If you cannot afford your salary, you lose 2 points per dollar you can't spend. And you have to spend all your money, and then for everyone after that you can't afford. I think that's it for the base game. So if we want to give it a try.
I think so.
Be a little rude to back out.
All right, let's do it. Let me re-roll these dice because I
Yeah. You still here, Lily?
messed. Uh-oh.
I thought she was
Talking
muted.
into the void.
Okay. It's like, oh, she didn't fall asleep, did she?
No,
Oops.
but I'm.
That's terrible. Oops. This is a... All right. Oh, what's up?
I'm not sure exactly what to do right
Oh,
now.
okay. Well, no, this game is very sandbox. It's very... Once you played it many times, you'll be like, okay, I know what I'm doing. But yeah, the first time, I mean, as your first game experience, I would say I would not start with the engineer for your first game. He is definitely more complex, because starting with another trick is a little more complex. The manager is a very popular choice, or for work. I mean, you can never go wrong with more workers. I say a mistake I usually make in this game is this is very much an engine building game in terms of, and maybe not in the fight, because we're only going to play 5 rounds, and this game is going to end like 5 rounds. You're going to be like, I didn't do anything, and that's because we are kind of playing the baby game. But in like the longer game, like, when I play this game, I always like just rush to like 16-point tricks. I just try to get there as fast as I can, and then. But I think, well, that's not good though. I don't think. I think it's better. I think it's better to accumulate some workers. Like I played with one person who just literally got every specialist and was doing hardly anything, and then like his engine, ramped up huge at the end while I sputtered because I didn't have the workers to do the actions. It's a little rooted. It's like root in that way, in terms of like, if you don't build that engine, then you're just going to sputter near the end. That's just
that is in a short game. There's
it's been forever since I played the 5, so who knows? But I would still suggest starting with the manager. Will give you a nice start because you start with more components. But yeah, the engineer is definitely a little more tricky. Starting with 2 tricks is very nice because you can get more stuff up here. But I would definitely think, don't worry, this guy is expansion. Don't worry about that guy up there.
I think I'll do the manager.
Okay, I'm going to start with the assistant. And it just goes next to your board, to the right side of your board. Oh, let me see how many shards you start with. I think you either start with 1 or 3 in the base game. Let me double check.
Okay.
You start with 1 shard. So shards are right here. There's a little infinity box. If you just want to grab one of those, you can kind of put it in your board somewhere. Oh, it actually started with 1 over way on the right side of your board. Never mind. You do have 1 way over there. But I would probably put it near your board somewhere so you remember you have it.
I should have asked, what is this left side of the player board where you can
ignore it? That's
okay.
That's expansion. Yeah, a lot of things you're probably like, what is this? And I'll be like, nope, don't worry about it.
That's fine. I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
I have a question. In the physical game, does this Trickerion crystal stand up like this?
No, it's not like that. It's just a really big shard. But yeah.
Gotcha.
That's cool. Yeah, no, it's just a big shard. It's a round marker. Does look interesting. All right, so everybody's picked their thing. Oh yeah, start. Here, Garrick, you start. Yeah, you put one of these here. You also start with 1 more assistant here.
Grazie.
Okay, and we have a manager down here.
I feel like I chose wrong.
No, the manager is not wrong.
Oh.
No, there's no wrong in this game. Don't worry. Okay.
But all 3 of you did the other one.
I know. I normally start with manager, so I just wanted to try something different. Okay, so the next
Lily, for reference, the only reason I chose the assistant is because it is a shorter game. Having the extra worker early on would potentially make other things easier, but the problem is, like, the more workers there are, there's only so many worker placement spots. So
yeah, that's kind of what my thought process was, because this is closed.
Okay, yeah, that is closed. Don't worry about that. Okay,
and this is why Lily's going to win.
And next you want to choose your opening trick. So I'm just going to lay these out so for each of you can kind of look at your first trick. And you might want to look at your booklet to kind of see like, this would be a good one to go into. All right, so he's just going to pick that one.
I am basic with Ugg boots.
Ugg boots. So Lily, you will start with either mind reading, breath of life. Because you started with the manager, I would not necessarily start with mind reading, even though you would get that prepared, because like you could start with.
Let's start with Spirit Hand.
Okay.
This seems stupid. I like it.
Well, yeah, no, it's not. No, it's good. It's good. So everybody get your trick. What am I? Mechanical. I will start with What's fun about Trickerion too is, and what one of the downsides to Trickerion a little bit is that once you play a lot, you kind of know the trick paths. So like you kind of like go, okay, I know I can start with this, and then I can move into this one. So part of the fun is like, okay, I never ever do this trick ever, so I'm going to try like, we're going to do this trick to make it a little interesting. And sometimes I play where people start with a random starting trick, so they can't just like, do the same thing they always do. Let's start with. You know what? I don't usually start basic either, so let's just start basic. So I'll start with 2 metal. So then, now choose your 2 starter components, which I will start with 2 metal, which means I start with linking rings ready to go. And
maybe I should have started with the basic one.
No, don't. This is a learning game. Because remember, it's engine build. You don't need to go out all these guys went out with a bang. Plus, you're going to start with. You can start with. Well, here's a pro tip.
Okay.
Because you only start with 2 cloth, you could start those with the manager.
Okay.
And that's now 3 cloth, which this trick already requires.
Right. Okay. I wasn't sure if I could start with them there, or if I had to move them there. So.
No, your manager starts with 2 because you're going to start with 4 components, unlike us, which only start with 2. The manager starts with 2 extras. But you still get to pick another one of 2, and see your trick requires. Well, don't put 3 there, just because if you ever move them, you don't have 3 anymore technically. So.
Okay. I will just remember.
Yes. I'll remember for you. Because your trick requires an animal or a rope, your other component of 2 could be the animal or the rope. So you could kind of start with this trick.
Oh, I didn't know you could start with those. Okay, I thought you could only start with the base ones.
No, you can start with a value of 2. So these are values of 2, but it's only 1. So you can either start with the rope. Obviously, you start with the rope or the animal, whichever one you want. Okay.
Do an animal.
All right. So everyone has all their stuff. No, you need to start with your trick. So you can start with either. What are you? You're optical. That's not you.
Yeah, I'm kind of like thinking through options a little bit here, so apologies for that.
Oh no. This is. Setup of Trickerion after you play for a while definitely takes a minute, because people like to. I play with some players who know exactly what 36 trick they're getting at the beginning of the game, and they just spend the first 2 rounds getting all the components for it. So then all their components are needed for the rest of the game, and then after that point they never go back to market row, and they just get tricks and try to score points. There's definitely different ways you can play this.
I think, gosh, I don't know. I think I'm going to start with card manipulation.
All right. And what do you want as your first 2 components to start the game? You can start with any 2. Obviously, you probably want to start with some of those, but it's up to you.
Let's see.
But here's another pro tip. Right? Because you could be like, you know what? I'm going to go into a trick that requires a saw, because you can buy these now. But the saw you have to order. So if you're getting something that requires a saw, you could say, I'm going to take the saw now, so I don't have to get it later. A lot of little tricks you can do like that.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking about. And I'm kind of wondering if in the shorter game, if just going into 2 level 1 tricks is enough, or if you really should push towards the level 16.
Probably. 5 rounds is still we're gonna do a lot. It's just
fair enough. In that case,
but it's been a while since I've.
Well,
I mean, I probably played it this way like the first 3 times, and then have played another like 50 games. So I've played this a lot. Is for sure my favorite game of all time.
So what I'm hearing is we're losing.
I mean, not as it's been a while. I've actually probably haven't played for months, but I'm kind of the point where I just now play like to try weird kind of stuff I haven't tried before.
Where are the resources? Oh, they're up here.
Yep.
I'll cut an animal.
All right. Perfect. Okay, so
Pocket pigeon.
now that we're all ready to go, Lily's first. Lily, do you want to spend $1 for 2 points? Because first thing we do is we decide if we want to advertise in turn order.
Yes, I do.
So subtract $1 from your money. You'll get 2 points. You're now at 7. Garrick, do you want to spend $2 for 2 points?
Yeah, probably.
All right. You're also at 7, and we'll put your little poster here. I am going to choose not to advertise. Alan, do you want to advertise? $4 for 2 points? Okay.
No.
So Alan or I are. So there is what's cool about the turn manipulation in this game. There is definitely reasons to lag behind because going first is definitely good, especially in the more advanced game. All right. So the next thing we do.
Already been rolled?
Yeah, I re-rolled them and these came out really shitty. Sorry.
It's really, really bad.
Yep, it is very bad. But for 2 action points, you can set a dice or re-roll a dice. But yes, that is very bad. And remember, you can spend your shard. Everyone has at least 1 shard to start the game. Oh, your shard is over here. Oh, you got it. And your shard, we'll just put it on your board so you remember you have it. Okay, so the next thing we do is we secretly assign where our workers are going to go to. So just put your card underneath your worker, face down, and when everybody's ready, we will flip and start the game. Well, I go 3rd. Rip.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
Me neither.
It'll make sense. This is a very overwhelming game the first couple times, but it'll be.
Is there like an order these are gonna play out in, or
you choose?
Really?
You're first, so you're gonna choose where you go. Yeah, you pick. There's no order. It's your choice.
Okay.
What did I start with? Metal? Okay. Okay. I like this. All right. I'm already excited to show you like more things about this game that but I'll wait till we're done.
So you can I don't think I realized this. You can actually be in a situation where you only have 5 cards. So like having a bunch of assistants doesn't help you.
Okay, that is part of the advanced game. So I will say that is a limitation to the 5-round game. It is not a limitation to the real game. But yes, you are card limited in this version. Yes, but you aren't in the other version, which I'll give you a little preview of when we're done.
So can I? Would anybody care if I actually switch out the assistant for the manager?
Go ahead.
Oh God.
Yeah,
It is a learning game. And even and I said like you cannot switch your cards. I mean, this is a learning game. If you like, shoot, I screwed up. I mean,
well,
I'm happy not being alone.
I just figured because we hadn't actually done anything yet.
No, we haven't done anything. No, but I'm just saying, like, normally, like, you're not supposed to switch out cards, but we're not going to be crazy about that. So you will start. You start with this guy, pocket watch guy. You will start with 2 additional components. Now you could move the bird here if you want to, and start her with the bird. which would be count as 2 birds.
Right, which is actually kind of what I was considering doing here is actually just getting a second animal.
Okay.
And I know one of them has to start over here, but I could, as an action.
Well, no, right now we already have 3. You already have 3 now, technically. Remember, the manager, whatever's on the manager counts as an extra one. So now you have 3 animals. Are you sure you need 3 animals? I don't. Oh, you ghost trappies are trying for?
Hey, now don't look at my stuff.
Okay. I just want to make sure you know that. Okay, all right. I'll keep shut. All right. Okay. All right. So is everybody assigned? Okay. Then Alan just signs. Yeah. When you're done signing your card.
Yeah.
Eric,
Sorry.
Eric still needs 1 card.
I have too many workers. I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah. This game is probably 20% of Trickerion. Like the baby game is. I mean, the Dark Alley adds like a crap ton to the game. Just that one spot, that one area.
Yeah, I've heard you should never actually play without it. So here we are.
Oh no, I know. But the first time, dude, if we played with this, it would have been another 30 minutes. It would have been so much longer.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry that took me so long. I apologize.
Oh no, that's this game. All right, so everybody flip all their cards. Whoops.
I haven't looked at anything.
Oh, sorry. You should probably lock your specialist board too, because it will
I did
flip.
already.
Okay. Yeah,
I didn't, so thank you for saying a thing.
Yeah,
all right,
because
we'll
if you accidentally try to flip your card. All right, so everybody flip their cards, and everybody can kind of like peek where everybody's going. So Lily's first. So where do you want to go? So remember, you know, there's more action point. There's the first spot of every area is an extra action point. Well, every area 2. So.
Okay, my brain completely doesn't understand how Market Row works anymore.
Okay, I'll go through it again. Okay, so for one action point, you can buy any number of components of one type that's currently in the store. So, for instance, for one action point, you could buy 3 metal, and it's $3. The basics are $1 per chit, and remember, you never need more than 3, so there's no reason to buy more than 3. For one action point, you can order something for next round, but it won't come in available to next round, and you choose where to place it. And wherever you place it, it's going to erase from the shop. So if you place it here, there'll be no more metal ever, or not ever, but until someone reorders it. And then finally, for 2 action points, you can quick order. So for instance, you want that rope, you could quick order the rope. And then for a 3rd action point, you'll need a 3rd action point to buy it. And for every rope you purchase, it's $1 extra, because they got it for you really quickly. So it'd be $3 per rope you buy. And then for the final thing you can do is if you have any additional action points, you can lower the price by $1. So that's the things you can do at Market Row.
So considering that, I'm going to go to Market Row first, actually.
Okay. So you have 4 action points. And I don't mean to like talk you through your turn. I'm just trying to be helpful, not annoying. But you have 4 action points. So what would you like to do? And don't forget you have your shard. But I mean, the shards are very, they're not super easy to get. I know. So it's kind of hard to always just give up shards.
Okay, so I want to do the quick order.
Okay, you're going to quick order the rope, I assume.
The rope, yeah. And then can I use the bargain to negate the increased cost?
Yep. So
cool.
So basically you use 2 of the 4 to order it. You're going to use 1 of the 4 actions to buy it. And then the 4th action you're going to use to reduce the price by 1. Correct? All correct? All right.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's your rope. And now this rope is now available for all of players, and we can now purchase this as part of, but we still have to pay the extra $1. But we now, if we want rope, we can buy it, but we can also quick order something else and erase the rope if we want to. Okay, so that was your entire turn. So Garrick, you're up.
I guess what I'll do is I'll just head straight for downtown.
Okay. You have 4 action points.
Yeah.
What would you like to do? You could spend. You have an extra action point which could be used to re-roll a dice. You also could spend a shard to set a dice if you want.
I wasn't actually expecting to get here first, so I'm thinking now.
That is what kind of makes this game interesting.
I misplayed and panicked, so sorry.
I mean, I'm kind of sad that you went there, but it's all good. I'm the only one not going downtown. Because I kind of figured everybody would go downtown before I could get there.
That is a thing. I mean, you're starting to see the interesting elements of this game.
Okay. I can always buy a trick from my own school, right?
Correct.
So I think I probably want to buy Stock's Escape, since it.
Oh, you bastard!
Since it uses 2 of the same components that I already have, I would just need to get 2 of metal.
Yep. Damn. Okay, so that costs 3 action points, and then that will go to an X.
Yeah.
Yep. And then you could spend 1 action point to re-roll a dice if you wanted to.
Yeah,
like
I'm
you
totally
could
gonna re-roll
one
that 6.
It's a 3 now. So whoever goes there in a future turn and won a money and just lost $1 because they could choose a 5. Okay, so that is your entire turn. Unfortunately, I wanted Stock's Escape, but I will still go. Oh, I don't need to go downtown. Oh no, Lily's going to downtown too. So this is where
Lily doesn't know what she's doing.
No, but this is part of Trickerion. So as you see, I could go downtown. Actually, probably, I mean, this conversation is pretty much meaningless, but I could go to downtown, but only you're the only other one going to downtown, and there's 2 +1 spots, so there's not really any necessary reason for me to go for the action points, because I'm not going to cost myself anything. But if I wanted the $5, then obviously, if you take the $5, I was going to take Stock's Escape, so let me see if I have an alternative. Oh, yeah. Let's do, I'm going to still go to downtown. Okay, so I have 4 actions because I've made Magician. I'm going to, sucks. I'm going to spend my shard, rip, to get 5 action points, and I'm going to, so I can change a dice. I will change this dice to chain to take a chain trick, and I will take Water Tank Escape. Where am I going? And that is my entire turn. This now changes to an X, and it is now Alan's turn.
Okay, I'm going to go down to the market row.
You have 4 actions.
I'm going to just spend 1 of those to reduce my costs, and then I'm going to buy... Okay, hang on, let me make sure I don't screw this up. I need 3 sheets of metal, 3 sheets of glass, and 3 sheets of wood.
All right.
Or cloth.
Yeah, take it from this part.
Oh, okay, sorry.
So that'll be $9, but you do have an extra action that you could reduce the price by 1, unless you want to order something.
Nope.
Okay, so you'll have to spend $8 for all these materials.
Yep.
All right, and while you're sorting that on your board, we can go back to Lily's turn.
I'll just do the downtown action because $5 seems like a good time.
All right, you have $5, so that you make this an X. I'll do it for you. Just add yourself $5. If you wanted to, you could re-roll a dice, but they're all going to roll at the start of the next round anyway, so it's kind of pointless.
So I'm not gonna.
No one's going there. Yep. Make sure you give yourself your $5, and then we go to Garrick.
I did. Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
Row.
Yep, headed to Market Row. Got 2 purchase power, so I'm going to buy what am I looking for again? Metal or whatever. Yeah. I want to buy 2 of it, so I guess I'll use 1 action to buy, 1 action to discount, so I pay $1. Right? Okay.
Yep. Perfect. And I will. I'm going to go to the theater actually because I don't need to go to Market Row anymore because everybody's already gone there. So I will go to the theater and set up one of my and set up one of my tricks. We will set up on. So part of the game too is like see like who else is going to the theater to set up a trick. Like he's probably going to set up a trick. You're going to set up a trick. So I could like try to align this shard trick to like try to, say like, hey, we could both get a shard if you go here. So like for instance here, because I put my mechanical thing facing this circle, so that's legal. And then I know Alan, Billy's in my head. Alan might be going here. So he might put his trick here because he's optical, and he might put his trick here so he can get a shard, which would also give me a shard.
Alan might just do that.
I know, see? And that is my... I guess I could have set up turn order too. Well, I'll do that. But it is now... Oh, no, Garrick, hit end turn.
Oh.
There's a turn.
Yeah, my bad.
And then it's now Alan's turn. Well, I probably didn't do it either a long time ago.
No, unfortunately, on the timing, I have to actually set up my trick first, so...
Yep. But it doesn't matter. There's no timing.
Doot. And I guess this one's going to be the diamond trick, because reasons.
Yeah, this is only there are advanced game reasons why certain tricks are certain symbols, but in the basic game, it's just for differentiation. That's it. Yep, that's it. And back to Lily.
Is everyone okay if I had bought more rope when I was buying rope?
Sure.
Yeah.
Totally good. Again, learning game, no big deal. So you want to buy, they cost extra.
3. Well, I did the discount.
Right. Oh, yeah. Oh, you want 3 ropes? Holy cow. Well, the discount's only going to get off $1, so it's still going to cost you
I know.
6 more dollars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Wait, isn't it just 2 each? Yeah, no, it's not. I mean, I had the one originally.
Oh, hold on.
Maybe 4.
Hold on. Okay, hold on.
I'm getting confused now.
Yeah, hold on. But before you do that, before you buy 3, you could have placed them here. You could have placed them on your manager, and remember, they count as an extra one on her. So you could have put your rope.
I know.
There. Okay, you didn't.
I want to buy 3.
Yeah.
You can shift things. Yeah, you can adjust things if you want, Alan.
Yeah, I'm just gonna save myself $1 here.
So hold on. So,
if that's cool.
So each rope you purchased, Lily, unfortunately, is $1, and since it's quick ordered, is $1 more. So both of these ropes are 3. So you do owe 6.
So the discount doesn't count on all of them?
No, it's just for.
It's a discount on the total order, right?
Yeah, total order. Yep. Sorry.
Okay, got it. All good.
Okay. Garrick's turn.
Okay.
I didn't actually do a turn. I just was correcting a thing.
Oh, right.
Sorry. Lily's turn.
Electric Boogaloo.
Okay, so if I go to the workshop, I can prepare the trick, right?
Yep, because you have at least 1 rope, you have at least 1 bird, and you have 3 cloths. So yes, you can prepare a trick. You just assign it any card symbol you want, and you get 2 prepares.
Okay. It doesn't really matter, so we'll just go with the first one.
Mm-hmm. It does not matter. Like I said, it matters in the advanced game, but excuse me. And even then, it doesn't matter tons. All right. And then now I've moved it to Garrick, so he can go now.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll head to the theater. Probably want to go there, I guess.
So you'll prepare 1 trick on 1 card.
You didn't line up with me. I don't like it.
I could have right there, yeah, but I won that shard. I'm trying to encourage Alan to come over here and
Yeah, I would have done it.
So,
shard.
out
No,
of
you can't. I
curiosity,
couldn't
on
do
my
it.
Wait,
turn,
why can't you?
Because
on my
so
turn,
Oh,
can
I see
go to one of
orientation.
these, or do I have
you have to go. Yeah, you have to go Thursday or Friday, which you're gonna have to go Thursday because no, you sent your manager, so you could go this day, but you just want to try to guarantee. You'll probably want to put your thing on Garrick's card because he's performing allegedly. See, and that's another thing about this game. Like, we don't know if he's performing or not. He might be just putting on more tricks. So there's some mind games with like where people are going. So as I told you, the trick chits are all the same, and the schools are opposite each other. So like we do align well with each other because we're on opposite sides, so we can link with each other a lot.
Yeah.
That's kind of why you want to stay in the kind of the same. Like I want to stay in chain or mechanical because making links is easier. But yes, I could have linked with you if I had like put it like, oh, I could have. You're right. I could have sharded. Oh no, I could have done that either.
I can't get. I still understand why Garrett can't put his thing like here.
He can, but he has to face the
Yeah.
chain towards the circle, which is no links.
Yeah, we want to link.
Basically, he can definitely do it. He just
Got it.
In retrospect, I could have helped us out, Garrick. I screwed up. I could have done
Wait,
this.
so then why isn't he not putting it here?
Yeah, that would've
I'm
been the
so
way to do it.
confused.
If he puts it there, he will get 1 money or 1 point. Yes.
And then
But
you
he
make
might
the
not want to
connection, don't
put
you?
Yeah, he would.
I'm
He would
wondering.
make the connection.
I was wondering if I could like bait Alan into going somewhere else with me and loop out Fugless, but what's Alan? The eye? He's optical.
Yes.
So I think my only placement would be over here,
Yep. And you could get him to place it there.
but I don't know if I
And
can
you-
convince Alan to do that since this is farther right.
Well, this is 2 rounds to go. This is next
True.
round. And plus, you might be performing this round. I assume maybe you aren't now.
I might
But
be.
if you were, you're probably going to perform this card anyway, so it doesn't even matter. Because you can only perform cards you're on. So, but that was. Is that your final decision, or do you
It
want
is
to
not
move
my
it
final
around?
decision. It's tough because the performing bonus is better on this
It
one.
is better. Well, plus, again, remember I told you get 1 point for every link.
Yeah.
So if you link here,
And Alan
then
also does
Alan
it. It
links
is more
here,
profitable.
That's 3 bonus points for you.
So I think I probably do
So-
go ahead and do that, even though I wish I could get the shard.
Right. But you will get
I'll
1
just
point
be
or
over
1
here
money.
being sad.
You get 1 point or 1 money
I'm
for
gonna
making that link.
go ahead and get 1 money, I think.
Yeah, I think early in the game, money is better. I'm always tempted to take the points, and then I run low on money because I try to get to 16 too fast.
Yeah. Oh, so end my turn. There we go.
All right,
Kinda
I
wishing
will
Done
I
something
will-
different here.
just put my other trick on, going back here. And remember, I can't put it on the same card because thematically, no one likes boring performances. But I will put it here.
People aren't watching enough Andy Kaufman, obviously.
All
All
right.
right.
So I'm a little annoyed because I wanted to place both of my tricks down.
Yeah, but you will not be
Timing
able
just
to.
didn't
Well, you
work
can, but you'll have to place them on Thursday, meaning each one that gets performed this round
Mm-hmm.
will be -1 point and -1 money. Now, since you are placing 2, though, only 1 will get performed because you can only, assuming Garrick performs this card, you can put 1 on this card and 1 on some other card, and you won't, that one won't be lost points to you. But this trick will only get you a shard then, technically, because you'll lose 1.1 money. I mean, these
So
are.
I mean, if I kind of feel like going to Riverside or going to this one is still correct though, because I could get a point, I can get a shard,
Mhm.
I'm gonna get another point and a money for going on Sunday,
Yep. Assuming he
And-
performs.
assuming he performs. But I
It's a
I
fairly
would
safe
think he
assumption.
would. This is a very profitable card for him. So
yeah, I feel like I have to. As much as I wanted to get all my tricks out there, I think this is just the better choice.
all right.
And I'm
So
glad
you
I
are-
sent my assistant.
Yeah, or your
Or not my
manager. Yeah,
assistant, my
because
manager.
you would not have the points. So you're going to put here, so that'll give you 1 point or 1 money, and we both get a shard. So just take a shard when you get a chance.
I kind of feel like the point is more valuable because I really need to get to that.
Well, you started with way more money. So yeah.
Well, and I kind of really invested heavy into going into a particular trick.
Right. So I gave you your point, so you're now at 6. All right. It's back to, well, Lily doesn't have another worker, so she passes. Garrick, you have your magician.
I'll go ahead and perform.
Yep, which happens at the end of the round.
Yeah.
So I didn't make that clear. Performance is after we all have our turn. Okay, I'm going to market row because I waited till everyone is done. So I get 2 actions. I'm going to buy 3 glass and that rope. So 1, 2, 3. So that's $3. Did I knock over the dude?
Yeah.
Yep. It's $3, and then 1 rope is also $3. So I owe $6 for those 2 purchases. And so I'm down to 8. All right. So now that we're all done, everyone has placed all their workers, we do the performance phase. The only one to perform is Garrick. The first thing we look at is how many links are on the card. So there are 2 links on the card, so he gets 2 additional points. He is yellow. We look at anyone he had backstage. If he had any of the specialists backstage, he did not, so he gets no bonus points for that. The bottom of the card has a point and a money, so he gets 1 point and 1 money. And then everyone gets points for their tricks. So Garrick has Heart Trick, gives him 1 point and 1 money. So he gets a point and give yourself another money.
Yep.
And then this now goes back to your supply, not just don't return it to your card. I get 2 money. And then Alan will get the bonus. So he gets 2 points, 2 money, and a shard. 2 points. Give yourself 2 money and give yourself another shard. And then we return this.
There we go.
And that is the performance phase. Now I would hit end turn, and I think it scripts everybody's workers back, but I think it will totally mess up because of all the things I did down here.
Yeah.
So if everybody just take your and place them kind of where they go on your board. Oh, sorry, salaries. So everyone knows $3. No one got any extra people. So just subtract $3 from your money. Hopefully everybody has that much money. And then, like I said, take your workers back. This rope is discarded because it was quick ordered. Then we move these performance cards down. So this one's going to go here. Yeah, if you'll help me out there, just unlock it. This one's going to go here. And then we have a new one comes out. Now after, hold on. I need to, yeah, this deck is set up for the 7-round game.
I
so
gotcha.
let me make sure what the 5-round game, what it's set up for. 2, 2, and 2.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, yeah, I guess we're just not going to go into like the cool cards. Yeah, okay. I think it's set up normally. Okay. All right. So then we adjust turn order. I am last, so I go first. Then it's Lily's next. Actually, turn order remains. Oh, you did already. Someone did it.
I did it.
We re-roll this dice. I think you can just click a button here. No, maybe not. So just re-roll the dice. It should align them correctly though, which is nice.
That is nice.
We advance the round market to round 2, and that's it. And now everybody take your cards back into your hand and prepare your next decisions. And that.
Wait, do we do that before or after this?
We do. Oh yeah, that's a good point. I don't remember the exact stage of advertising. Let me just double check that. That is a good point.
Unless I have a question.
We do advertise first. Yes. Yes, I'm ready.
What's the benefit of going into someone else's trick thing? Like line. Like, why did you take the chain?
Because it kind of had the same. It already had the 2 metal that I already had, and plus, now that I have 2 tricks, I can put 2 tricks on the same card, and the chain and the mechanic are on the opposite side, so they're very easy to link in these spots that have these like long rows. So I can kind of get link points on my own thing.
Okay. I think I.
So like you, right? Yeah. I mean, there are games where I play where I only stay in my magic school the entire time. But like if you want to deviate, I would say deviate into the eyeball, because it's kind of, and they tend to use the same components usually. Like his and my usually use a lot of metal, and wood, and then yours usually use a lot of glass and cloth. So they kind of synergize. Not that's not a uniform, like, that's not universal, but it's kind of. So we do decide to advertise first. So I will spend $1 for 2 points. Lily, do you want to spend $2 for 2 points?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
I can be even more broke.
There is 6 money up here, and you go second, so you might be able to get it. Alan, do you want to spend? He's spending. Whoa, he is spending $3 for 2 points. I like it. I like the aggressiveness. You can put your poster up there. Garrick, you spending $4 for 2 points.
I am not.
I didn't think so. All right, so now everyone assigned their cards. Let's see. Fuck. All right.
Oh, I should end turn here, right? Because it. Or
that's fine. I don't think it does not. It does not dynamically change turn order. So let me do that. So it's me first, Lily, then Alan, then Garrick. Okay. There we go. Let me know when everybody's done.
Give me just a second.
Still thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. No problem. No, I mean, this is. It gets even worse. I mean, this process can be a little. This is a little AP-ish for like, especially in the advanced game, because I'll show you why and when we get done.
You know what? I am going to make a quick change here. Hang on.
No problem.
So I can do
a little hint to the advanced game. Dark Alley, basically, you can go there to get new cards, and by new cards, I don't mean new blank cards. I mean cards that actually do stuff. So, like when you go downtown, you get to do something instead of what you were actually doing there. So it ramps up the chaos considerably. Not that this is chaos, but it creates chaos.
Thinking about it.
And I will say, because it'll break my heart if anyone hates this game, but definitely, if you're just average on this game, at least try the Dark Alley one time, because I'm telling you, this is like 20% of the game. This feels very simple, at least to me, but probably not to someone who's just playing the first time.
All right,
Everybody good?
I think I'm
Good,
decided.
Derek? All right, everyone flip all your cards. And I will be first. I will go to... do I want to pick a theater day first? I go to Market Row first. You know what I'm going to do?
You're the only one going to the market.
Oh, I am? Oh, then I definitely not going to Market Row. All right, I will pick a day. I will pick a day. So part of pick. So like if I send my magician, I just pick a day. I don't have to do anything. It just like locks out a day. So then, because Thursday and Sunday can be a little disastrous. Like if you didn't really plan ahead. But I will pick. I'm sending my assistant there. I could just go for tons of trips. But I'd get -1 point for all of them. That's a lot of negatives. Let's just go normal. And that's it. That is my entire turn.
Well, I will follow in suit because I also don't want to deal with things.
Well, Garrick's not performing, but he's doing the wise strategy, which is not necessarily sending your magician to the theater that often. Though he did it last round.
I just felt left out last round.
So he's picking there. All right. Garrick, you're up.
Okay.
So Garrick, well, the good news is you get extra actions in the theater. The bad news is all of your tricks are negative points.
Yeah, that's not so good.
And they're almost guaranteed to get performed.
Probably, but there are 4 cards and only 3 performances, so he could strategically try to get most of his tricks on a card he doesn't think is going to get performed, so he doesn't have to suffer those negatives. But he's not going to be able to do it for all of them, probably. But
I think the problem is I need to go to the workshop first because I only have 1 tile left, and I need to craft more.
Oh shoot! Okay, I probably should have. I did miss a rule. And I will allow it. I will allow it for this one because it's only going to affect you, I think.
Oh boy!
But I did forget this rule. But we're gonna do a one-time mulligan. You can only re-prepare a trick if it's empty. So you can't add a trick to this until this is empty. But I will, because I fucked that up. I will allow it this time.
I had a feeling that might be the case, and I was...
Yeah, sorry about that. I mean, it wouldn't be a game teacher, that one forgotten rule. So,
all right, in that case, I will follow the rule and go here anyway.
Okay, all right. I appreciate your integrity. I don't know what the word is. So you have to get chained towards the middle. Or are you just trying to like...
I'm thinking...
You could get a Seats of Shard right here. Though you probably, like I said, you might not want your stuff performed because if it gets performed this round, you suffer penalties.
Yeah. I think it might be worth getting the shard since I'm putting out another one, though.
Mm-hmm.
Link it up with an eye somewhere, and you'll probably attract me to get it.
All right, so you're going to get 1 point or 1 money and a shard. So which?
I'm getting the money, and I'm getting the shard, obviously.
All right. Oh, wait, did we skip Alan? Oh, no, Alan went. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it's an turn.
I never...
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
back to me. I'll go to Market Row, even though no one's going there, but I'm just going theater stuff. So I get 3 actions. I'm going to order some oil can for next round. And I'm going to order some we're going to order some rope. I'm actually going to put it here and order some rope here. And as for my final action, I'll buy 1 more metal for $1.
Well, I'm gonna go downtown
Yep, you get
because I'm
four
broke.
4 actions.
I'm gonna take that 6
Okay.
because I'm broke.
Take that 6.
There are 2 people going downtown still, so you could roll. You do have one more action.
I'm gonna roll this die
Okay.
here because wait, no. No, I'm gonna roll this one.
Okay. Ooh.
Hey.
Hey.
All right.
Perfect. Just what I wanted.
I'm gonna go downtown. I'm gonna spend one of my shards, and I'm gonna get a thing of my own type.
Okay. So you do not.
So
Right.
here,
Doesn't have to match.
You are also coming downtown. So let's roll this spiritual one to the X. How do I make it X?
Just keep going.
Well, rotation value 6 is the X. There you go.
Ah, there you go. And
So
I
which
am
one do you want?
getting. Nope, not that. The basic one, enchanted butterflies.
Okay. Alrighty. Garrick.
I'll go ahead and head here.
You have 4 actions.
Yep.
Plus, if you spend a shard, you could set a dice if you want.
Oh, real quick, didn't Alan actually take this one because he rolled the other one and then?
No, he took it from this one.
Oh, okay.
And changed it to an X. So he took whenever you take
he had
you have
a
to
1.
change one to the next. Yeah. So you could set a dice if you spend a shard.
Is anyone else still going to the market row? No.
Market row. I
mean downtown. You're right, and my brain's not looking at the right thing. But the answer is still no.
But the answer is no to both. You're right.
Too much of me wants to gamble on rolling that die.
Do it.
Actually, I guess could I roll this one to make it a new face? The X here.
Yeah. That's a good thing because you're like, okay, the worst I'll get is 4.
Yeah, exactly. At first, I was thinking I'd just re-roll the 4. So, all right, I'll take the 4.
All right. All right, back to me. I'm going to send my apprentice to the workshop. He only has 1 action, but I'm going to spend a shard for 2 actions, and I'll prepare both of these 2 tricks. So I get 2 more linking rings, and I get 2 of my brand new, water tank escape, my world-renowned, that's still the wrong one, world-renowned water tank escape trick that everybody's been talking about.
I've seen that movie.
So, okay, so you, even though you needed 4 because it's 2 different ones, you got away with having only the 3? Okay, my brain understands.
Wait, what do you mean? Start again.
I mean, you don't, like, when you're preparing the tricks, you don't exhaust the material.
No.
For that round, so yeah. Yes,
I keep it. Yeah, you do material.
Brain is working.
Yeah, there's an infamous, and there's the infamous the Dice Tower reviewed Trickerion when it first came out, and they screwed up the rules royally where every time they prepared a trick, they spent the material, like back to the supply. So like they prepare linking rings and they would discard 2 metal, and then you'd have to go back and buy more metal to do it again. And that is so wrong, and like they hated the game, and I'm like, well, no shit, that would be horrible. They issued an apology and still said, we just still don't like it. And I was like, okay, whatever.
I can't believe Dice Tower would do anything like that.
I know.
So unlike them.
So Lily's going to, she sent someone to the theater.
I'm glad that I've got people on board with fancy pronunciation.
So you place that guy.
And you're done, right?
Sorry, I always forget to hit the end turn button.
Oh, no. I just want to make sure. And it is now Alan's turn.
Otherwise known as Billy.
Yep. So he sent his manager.
Ooh.
He only gets one action because he's on Sunday, the best day, the grand finale show.
So let me see. Are you?
Garrick's on Thursday, where no one shows up.
You're sending your assistant.
Mm-hmm. So I'm putting on 2 tricks.
Interesting. Because you're almost certainly going to place on your own, because you're going to perform first, so you'll do that.
Probably.
But then the question is, where do you place the second? You probably place it here and get the
that's
shard.
what the suits are for.
What? What do you mean?
The suits match the tricks, so this way you know that you already did the heart trick, so you don't do the heart trick again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't put a heart trick on this card.
Yeah, that's why my brain was like, how do you keep track of that? So I'm just having my own delusions. It's fine.
Well, you're flight silly.
Okay. So
I feel like this hotel is my second home. I've been here like 4 times in the last 2 months.
is there a way to make that work? So this.
You don't want to join me, Alan?
Well, so I do, but the problem with that is if then he goes here, and you both perform first, I then don't have a thing to perform.
Because one more.
Too. That is sometimes possible.
Oh yeah, never mind. I forgot his thing's only the. Garrick could place one more technically, but I don't know if he will.
Oh, Garrick.
Yeah, because he's making some.
And then I have another theater placement.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
But but Alan brings up a very good point. That is situations where you can arise where if you're on Sunday, there could be nothing to perform because your tricks already got performed because you put them on other people's cards, and then you're not getting, because he wants to perform, because not only does he get whatever the bottom of the card bonus is, he also sent his manager, so that's $3 free too.
That's true.
So he does not want to run into that situation, 100%.
So even if I'm on a card by myself, even if it never links,
You can perform
I can
that
still
card.
perform it.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So, and I'm just trying to see if I do this, can he link with his trick or not?
He's chain.
Looks like I think I could. Like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yes, that is definitely what I'm doing. Because I think that's the best of the options available to me.
If they link, they get a victory point, right? Because of the card they're on.
The placer of the one who creates the link, meaning someone places it and makes the link, gets a point or a money, and then whoever performs the card gets 1 point for every link. So, like the card you choose to perform,
So then,
all those bonus points
out
add
of
up.
Curiosity, so when you guys did this link, how come it was a shard? What made this card different?
Oh, because the shard symbol right there. There you go.
There's a shard symbol right there.
That's
so
the other reason I wanted to go here.
Because there's a shard symbol right there.
He's highly incentivized to go here because he can get a money or a victory point and a free shard.
Shards are, when you play the game a lot, shards are
now.
super valuable, and they're even more valuable in the advanced and expansions. So if you can get shards, that's why some of the tricks are like, that's why your mind reading is like no points but one shard, and you can put 3 of them out. So you just be flushed with shards, because getting all those extra actions is very good.
When do you get the thingies in the middle? I don't actually remember.
The thingies in the middle.
I'm so good at this. On the trick.
When your trick gets performed.
Okay, that's when that happens.
Yes.
Okay.
Every time it happens too. So if you have multiple, like I'm probably gonna have tricks on multiple cards. So like I might get some when I perform, and then when you perform, you might score points for me.
Okay.
I mean, there's definitely a strategy, like I told you, like not even performing at all, but just spreading your tricks over everyone's cards, and they have to perform your tricks every time. So you're just getting, tons of points without having to worry about using your magician to perform, which still gets you bonuses, but he has 3 action points that you're doing nothing with technically. He could be going
I'm
to
still
downtown
wrapping my brain around it, but
that may or may not have been my plan for the round before I got forced into Thursday.
Yeah. Well, going last, that's where turn order does matter too. It's like
yeah. I sent my dude to the
jumping out to a big lead in this game can sometimes backfire for sure, because you go last a lot, and it definitely comes to bite you.
Yeah.
So you're going to the workshop. You re-prepared all your tricks.
Yep.
Easy. I will go here. I get to prepare 2 tricks. I will join Lily over here with this little linking rings trick. So I will take a money, and we each get a shard. And then I will use my water tank escape, which is a chain trick, which unfortunately I can't link here. I could steal Garrick's spot here and get a shard. That might be good. Yeah. I will put my trick here, and I will take another money, and Alan and I get a shard.
Woo!
I was afraid of that.
I just need to force myself to remember I can only use 1 shard at a time.
Yes, and remember, no in the theater, so don't accidentally think you can use them.
Mm-hmm.
I passed.
Oh yeah, we all have.
I got nothing to do.
I guess I do the only thing I can do.
Yep. Set up your last trick, or you can set up 2 actually.
Yeah, exactly.
But they are negative points, so this is where strategy comes in, because these 3 are getting performed because no one's on this card. So you could just throw both your tricks here, knowing it's not going to get performed, so you do not suffer these negatives.
I'm thinking about it. So do they have a base of 0, right?
You won't lose, like you won't have to pay $1, yes.
So if someone were to perform Stock's Escape, I would still get the crystal. Or the shards. You would
still get the shards, yes. You would still get the shards. Yeah, you don't lose the shards.
Would he lose a victory point?
No, you do not. No, you can't go negative. It's just 0. Just go to, no. That would be punishing, especially in the advanced game. There are ways to like really screw people with this thing. So
then I wonder why you start at 5 victory points.
Well, because you can lose some from salary.
Okay, that's fair. So I forgot about salary.
Yeah. In the expansion that came out, you start with 3, which is just because the points ramp up a little faster. But yeah, I think 5 is the only reason it's 5 is because they came up with this whole 16-36 system, and they thought starting at 1 took too long to get to 16. I don't know. Good question.
I guess if you just start at 1 or 0, then why not just lower the other barriers? But
right.
I was probably going to go where Alan went with my 1, but since he took that spot, I think I will go ahead and just like double up with myself.
Yep. So you'll get a point or a money.
Yep.
Which you would like, and a shard.
Let me grab the shard real quick while I'm thinking about it.
I mean,
so it's only 1 shard?
Like pretty solid.
Yeah, he does not get both. So. He doesn't. Each. If it was 2 different people, they each get a shard. But if it's just you just get 1 shard. Yeah, you don't get.
Okay. Good to know.
Like, I don't really want more points, so I guess I'll just take the money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right, so we are now to the performance stage. So I'll perform first. So I have my assistant backstage, so I get 2 victory points because of this. My card gives me a shard. Oh, I'm performing this card. I guess I could perform any of these 3. So this is where I could screw one of you guys, but I won't.
Oh, hey,
How
Cecil.
would you screw one of us?
Because if I perform one of your cards, then you don't get to perform because you can only perform ones that have your trick on it.
I did not realize that. Okay.
I'd rather all my tricks get performed. So because I built them for a reason, right? So I get a shard for this for down here. I get 1 point because there's a link. And then we get points. So my heart trick is $2. And it comes off. And then Garrick's heart trick is
nothing for me.
Big fat 0, unfortunately. All right. So that was the.
Do you also have trouble putting that on your side table?
It's got this stupid height thing, and every time.
Yeah, it does. It does. I know. It looks like it looks like it's where it's supposed to go, and then it just goes somewhere else. I know, it's terrible. I don't know why they did that. It's so weird. It's terrible. Okay, next up is Lily. You're performing this card because you don't have a choice.
Yep.
You do not have.
I do not have a choice.
You do get a point because there's one link.
Okay.
I won't move. I won't put you on top. And then you get 1 point and 1 money because of the performance bonus down there. And then we score our cards. I will do mine first, which is my heart trick is 2 money.
Okay.
And then your trick is the heart trick, and that is
that's two victory points of money and a shard.
Yep. So I'll give you your 2 points.
Thank you.
And here's your trick back. I'll just put it next to that annoying board.
Yeah, I've just been placing things over here at this point.
All right. And then finally, Alan. He is going to perform this card. He gets 1 point for having a link on that card. He gets 1 point for the performance bonus down there. He gets 3 money because he has his manager backstage. And then we will evaluate the points. I perform my water tank escape. My club trick is 1 point, 2 money, and a shard. Shard. And then Alan performed on Sunday, so he gets a bonus for being on the best day. So his diamond trick is 2, and a shard. So 2 points, $2, and don't forget your shard. And here's your trick. And
I'm starting to feel like I have more shards than I will ever be able to use.
But they are 1 point at the end of the game.
Yeah,
so
that's what I'm keeping in mind.
God.
With my pile of 3 shards over there.
But using a shard, especially downtown, to do like multiple things and set dice, and it's just nice. And if we had the Dark Alley, you would appreciate it even more. All right, so that is the end of the round. So while everyone take their workers back, I will set up these cards.
For paying our employees,
yes,
kind of a thing.
Yes, everyone.
How exactly is that like measured? Why am I taking your stuff?
It is measured right here. If you look at your board,
okay.
Every apprentice is $1, and your assistant, So no one's gotten any extra workers, so they're all everyone just subtract $3 when you get a chance.
And then. Okay, and your extra worker is special for being 0. Got it.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is free for us. All right, let me lock all these so they don't move around. All right, re-roll those dice, please. The new orders come in, so this glass goes away, this wood goes away, and now we have rope for sale and petroleum for sale. And we are now in round 3, and we need to readjust turn order. I'm still. Let me double check this. If there is a tie, do they flip? Let me double check that because I do not remember.
Self-aligning dice. It is indeed the future, Ceasant. There's even like hover over descriptions of all the spaces. I didn't know mods could be so extravagant.
Where's adjust turn order? It might be at the beginning. Oh, set turn order. According to the opposite frequencies. Okay, it does not say what happens.
It doesn't say what happens?
It says rearrange the initiative order according to the opposite fame point ranking of each player, with the fame points taking with the most player with the most fame points takes the first position. This phase is skipped in the first turn. Okay, what if there's a tie? It does not say.
How can you not say that?
I know.
Wouldn't it just revert to previous turn order?
I assume it means it. Oh wait. Did it go in more detail? Yes, it goes in more detail. Player initiative order is always tracked with the player markers of their color. At the beginning of each turn, the starting positions are arranged based on each player fame point. The initiative order is always set. Important, if two or more players finish their turn on the same slot, reverse their initiative order. Okay, so I'm no longer first. Garrick is first.
Garrick going
Get
from
wrecked,
first
sucker.
to last in one turn.
Yeah, I figured they had to say it somewhere. I was reading the abridged version. All right, everybody take their cards back. We will now, so we're now in round 3 of 5. Do we decide the poster stuff right now? So Garrick, where you spend $1 for 2 points.
You bet your dang diddly doodly I am.
I will spend $2 for 2 points. So we both jump up to where Lily is. Lily, do you want to spend $3 for 2 points?
No.
Okay, and
It's gonna be sad over here.
$4 for 2 points, Alan?
Totally.
Whoa, look at that. He is now at level 16. Now just remember, because I explained this a while ago, you can still get a level 16 trick if you're not Alan. We're just gonna have to spend $3 to get it. No, I know.
I'm more the purpose behind this is twofold. One is because I figure like it only actually costs me $2 because I'm kind of planning on doing that thing.
Right.
True. Also, we only have so many rounds to score points.
Yeah, right. But so just remember, Garrick and Lily, if you do want to get a level 16 this round, you'll just have to pay the difference of where you are, which we're all currently $3 away. So you just have to pay $3 if you take a 16 trick, which if we're all doing that is going to be challenging because of the dice situation. But remember, you can always take your own trick. So, if you at least have
when you take your own trick, is it still 3 AP?
Yes. And It can't be an X. So if like a couple people make this an X, you have to have a reroll, and you just have to pray you don't hit the X again. You could spend another action point to reroll again if you have it, but it can be dangerous. I was in a game where like I had to, I was doing super well and went to go get a 36 trick like very early in the game, and re-rolled an X into an X, and it was terrible. All right, so just think about where you want to assign your cards. Do a little of this, a little bit of that.
Oh, I feel like I've made all the wrong decisions.
This is interesting.
Oops.
Oh, let me reset turn order. So it's Garrick's first. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking. Hold on, I'm thinking I've made wrong decisions too.
Yeah.
Let me double think this real quick. Okay. No, this is probably okay this round. No, wait. Oh wow, we're gonna go for something crazy. Oof, hold on. Damn it.
I must be doing something wrong because I didn't have to think about this round.
No, I'm trying something kind of unusual. I should say any worker you get, like if you get a worker, if none of us have done it, but if you get a worker, you can't use him that round and he doesn't cost money, salary either. Damn it, this sucks. I wish I already had another worker. Alright, I'm just gonna I'm gonna gamble.
Won't do it this way.
We're gonna gamble. We're gambling. We're gambling, folks. Okay, I'm ready. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Define ready.
Oopsie.
Yes, my fears come true.
Okay, Garrick is up first. Where are you sending someone?
Let me look around a little bit. Let's see. Focus is going to the theater. Lily is putting out tricks. Alan's also putting out tricks.
Lily's panicking.
It's all good.
At least I want to put out some tricks. We'll see.
Oh.
Well, it thoroughly depends on what everyone else is doing. I guess you're the only one performing. Or no, Lily
Focus is also performing.
bogus.
Allegedly.
True.
I mean, honestly, I wanted to send my magician to the theater just to throw a bunch of tricks up, but, action economy and all that shit.
Yeah.
It's really throwing me off that turn order is not clockwise.
Gotcha.
I mean, I appreciate games that reward you for playing in a certain way, and that's a really easy way to reward a player.
I do like also games that like turn order is important.
Mm-hmm. Well, worker placement style games in particular,
yeah,
that's one of my problems with a lot of worker placement stuff. Is turn order is often cyclical. Like, what was it? Terra Mystica, I think they only actually made turn order dynamic in the expansion, and I was like, why? Like, this should have just been a thing in the whole
game. When you turn in like you're a
yeah. So you get rewarded for passing earlier.
See, Garrick was about to do a cool move. So remember I told you this is this is just a situation this game arises. So if he goes Sunday, remember I told you it's your tricks that are performed that round. These are on this board. They were put up there last round on Thursday where he would have got negative. If he goes here this round and these are performed, he now gets bonus points for them. So there's some little tricks like that he just might be doing right now.
And an extra 2 victory points because he's sending his specialist.
Yep.
So that is what I'm doing. Yep. The issue is I
realize
realized.
One action.
The issue is I realized I probably could have bluffed and done that later in turn order to secure a better spot in downtown or something, but it was too late because you opened your mouth.
Well, you put the tricks on now though.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Well, I was going to go there, so I wanted to go there.
Okay.
I'm probably putting a lot of tricks on, and I want to get tons of points. So,
I'm spending a crystal, so I have 2 actions.
Nope.
You're right.
Can't spend a crystal there.
You're right.
That's you will get bonus points though. So
yeah, it's still worth it.
It's still good.
I've got to pick which one I want now.
Worth it. I mean, the fact you had 2 tricks still out, that's a strong move because these are now worth more if they get performed. But I assume you won't leave that up to chance.
Yeah, you should probably go.
But he can't. Yeah, he can perform that one, but he can't put all his.
Oh, because he only has 2 tricks. Okay.
Yeah.
Do I want that one? Do I want that one?
Come on, Garrick. It's Trickerion. Why are you struggling along with only 2 tricks?
Because I'm a bad magician.
I mean, I only got 1, so you're not that bad.
All right, we'll go like that.
One day I might have more tricks.
Does that tempt you, Focus?
It does tempt me. But I want to go to downtown first, so because I'm going to spend, I have 3 action points. I'm going to spend them to get this engineer right here. So as I said, when you get a specialist later in the game, you do not get a free trick or anything. And I can't use him this round, but I can use him next round.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to downtown and panic.
Let that just go.
So you have 4 action points. What would you like to do?
Panic. I'm gonna reroll one of the specialist dice.
Okay, so the one on the right.
Oh wait, I can't.
Is just the apprentices, and then the one on the left is the specialist. But there's 3 X's on the specialist dice, and there's only 1 X on the apprentice dice. So
there's definitely 2 because I can see 2.
2 X on the apprentice because I can see 2.
There's 2. Oh, there's
Lily,
2.
you have shards. Right. You could just choose what you want.
Oh yeah. If you spend a shard,
oh right, I could just
set
choose.
A dice. Yeah, you don't want to leave it up to a roll for sure. I mean, you could technically roll twice because you could spend a shard to roll a second time, but that's still
how do I set it?
Just right click and hit rotation value, and you can just peek at which each number is.
Rotation value?
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you're going to do that action, just get what you want and leave it on the X.
That's true, too.
Oh, that also makes sense.
So you want
I wanted to get an assistant, if that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So it goes to X. All right. And you just won't use her this round, but you can place her there. But remember, you do not get the free apprentice. But you can, as an action, go to the workshop and move this apprentice to here, so he's free. But in a 5-round game, it's probably not that useful because you're only costing yourself a couple dollars. All right, Alan.
All right, I'm going to send this guy here, and I will spend a shard.
Okay.
And I am going to get the thing that I spent the whole game setting up for.
Ghost Trap.
Yeah. Which I'm actually like looking at it now and comparing it to the values on some of the others. I'm like, man, why did I?
Well, remember I told you at the beginning of the game, I said, yeah, here's all the tricks, and all the tricks are perfectly balanced according to some guy who did all the values, except Ghost Trap. So you pick the one trick that is slightly not balanced. I mean, it's not much. I mean, there's some website I found, some guy like, figured the formula they used or whatever, and this one was the only one that was like kind of too much for like too little reward for, but it is 3. You do get 3 prepares for 3 points each. I mean, it's a lot.
The reason I went this direction was because I saw that I could get these 3 tricks with a single purchase if I went with the manager.
Yep. No, it's not. I mean, I'm not just. Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I love. I mean, I've used Ghost Trap too, so it's not.
Anyways.
I like it. Good job. Hey, you're the first one to get the 16 pointer, so.
And I didn't have to pay money for it. Oh wait,
You didn't. I was going to get my 16-point trick this turn too, but I kind of wanted to try get a worker.
Oh, did you exhaust one of these dice?
Oh yeah, pick which one of these dice to exhaust.
Let's see here. So there's only one person who hasn't gone downtown, right?
And I can no longer afford an action because I got beat out to downtown, which I was afraid of.
Oh, yeah, you can't even do anything.
So it doesn't really matter in the slightest.
It doesn't. I didn't mention this too, but if you don't use a guy, you don't have to pay his salary. So, but he's free. So
what?
Rip.
Oh,
can I flip Market Row downtown?
No.
Damn it.
I mean, I don't care.
No, it's fine.
But it's so rare that you would not use a guy. But yeah, that is.
So I guess it truly doesn't matter. But we'll just go ahead and do this one.
All right, Garrick.
Well, I feel ripped off now. I'm going to go down. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Grab the dude, not the card. Go down to Market Row.
Mm-hmm. 3 actions.
What did I plan to buy? That's right. 3 actions. I will suck and buy a metal, a cloth, and order whatever the third thing is. The lock.
Oh, well. Okay, where do you want to put it in the...
Let's put it... See, this would be great to know the paths more. That's... I got no fucking clue, man.
There's two thoughts thinking here. If you know you're never going to need cloth or metal again, you could put it here just in case you might want rope or oil. Or you could be like, you know what? Fugless ordered rope and oil last turn, and he didn't come here, so screw him. We're just going to make it cover the rope, because I know I don't need rope.
I'm probably of the
risk I took.
Screw someone else over mindset, because
That's fine.
I think everyone has enough cloth and metal that I don't need to like try and deny them that, and I have enough now that I've forward planned a little bit. So yeah, go ahead and put it on top one, I guess.
The rope, okay.
So I spend.
I mean, that was the risk I took when I decided not to go there.
So, random question:
cloth. Is it cloth? No, it's not cloth. It's wood.
I seem to be missing one of my.
Cost you $2.
I'm missing a diamond trick. I should have 5. I only have 4, and I don't know where it went.
I mean, we can just copy it at worst, but it might be like in one of these other stacks. Yeah, but you can just copy it. It's fine.
Okay.
Technically, you should only. Oh, it's right here.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Oh. Well, delete that one.
You should. I mean, it puts 5 here because of the expansion. Technically, I doubt we'll ever use 5, but you technically only have 4. Just keep that in mind.
Okay, good to know. Well,
but I don't think you'll ever even need 5. The extra one's only because of some expansion things you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can look at it next round. I'm gonna have to pick a new trick probably because Garrick was a me. Okay. I will send my apprentice or my assistant there to set up 2 tricks. Let's go. I'm pretty sure Garrick's doing that trick, but I don't get any stuff for it. But I do get stuff for this, so we'll each get a shard. Take a shard, Garrick.
Thank you.
And I will take. I still need. Let's just keep taking money. God, not taking points now feels bad though. Yeah, let's take the point this time. And then for my second, I will go here. Oof, I'm making this trick juicy for everyone else to perform this. I'll go there for another point.
I mean,
Let's
you
go
could
to the
perform it.
theater.
True, but I think I'm going to throw a bunch more tricks on. I think, but I could. You're right.
Garrick's
Looks like I'm going
performing.
on Sunday.
Garrick's performing. You're performing. You two are the only two performing. I can't make any connections right now, but I kind of want to get this played. Nope. So I can do this, right?
Yep, you can totally do that.
Yeah.
No extra link points, but you can totally do that.
Nah.
And you do, in doing so, make it a little... Well, I guess I couldn't have linked there because I don't actually have an illusion spell. I now have a spiritual spell. Although, if you want to create an opportunity for a link...
That's fair. I could do that.
You could create an opportunity for a free shard, yes.
Yeah, because we both have that type.
What type of spells do you have?
I have the same type as you, so...
Okay. And you do illusion too, so I guess I could go here, but then I won't get played this turn, but maybe that's not a bad thing.
Is that the only one you're playing?
Yep.
Yeah, I can only play one.
Okay. So I am going to send my lowly apprentice to the workshop. And I'm going to spend a shard so that I can get Ghost Trap all loaded up.
Yep. 3 prepares. Big boy.
All right. I will.
Yep. Get him ready.
Yep.
All right. I will go to the workshop and spend a shard to prepare my 2 tricks again. So heart, and club. Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
I like it. We're good.
Thanks.
Nope. You're doing it.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You're doing the thing I did.
Okay, I made it.
The cards are slightly oversized for the action slots. It was a strange design choice.
Right, you have 3 actions.
Okay, I'm going to... So the order is just 1 action, right?
Correct. Yep, for a future round. If you want to order for next round, it's just 1 action point.
Okay. So... Let's see, what does nobody need? I'm gonna go backwards. Let's put out some wood.
Oof, all the oil can. Last round was just meaningless to me. No, you're good.
I am going to use an action point to buy an oil can, and then I'll discount it by 1, so I'm just spending 1 to buy 1.
Yep, that is fair. I'm gonna have to come up with some shenanigans to fix the gamble I did. So Alan, are you still there?
Alan?
He might be AFK a second. Problem is, none of my tricks need locks.
You know, you watched Jurassic Park 3 too much as a kid when anytime I heard the name Alan, I just think of the Velociraptor turning and saying it in the dream.
Alan. I know what Trick Garrick's trying to do. Should go downtown and steal it.
Yeah, see, that's why I really needed to go downtown.
Mm-hmm. I'm not going to take it. I'm just trying to figure out something else I can do now that... Is there still cloth? There will be still cloth. Okay. I need a backup plan.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
No
No
worries.
problem. It is your turn to assign some tricks.
Of course it is. So we'll go up here because I have to. That does mean I get to place all 3 of my dudes. Kind of the point anyway, so it worked out. So we are going to go ahead and line this up. And I will take a shard and a victory point.
All right. Then you have another ghost, the world-renowned ghost trap.
The ghost trap.
Do.
So if I put it over here, it's just going to fall off, right?
Yep. Do not put it on there. It is gone.
So even though I lose a little bit of value,
that's ghost traps. It has to be the
Just
the
go in.
swirl thing.
yeah.
It's got a name, Douglas.
I'm just gonna call it swirly. It's much easier. The
And then this
scallion.
guy,
Triskelion.
Oh, Triskelion. Interesting.
Maybe Triskelion. I don't know.
Is that?
Sure, Tetrascallion.
That is. Oh yeah, you could put 3 ghost traps out. Damn, strong move, man.
And I think that is my turn.
All right. Garrick has no one left he can use. He can send this guy
I
downtown. but he
assign
can't
him
do
to
anything.
this slot so I don't have to pay the $1.
So that's it. I just send my magician. I'm actually. So do I want to perform now? See, this is a decision. I could put 3 tricks out. But the problem is I could put 2 on this card. And then 1 on this card with him. And that'll get me. But only Garrick's performing. And he'll probably just perform this card. So I'll get none of my tricks performed this round. And have to gamble that I can get them all performed in the next 2 rounds. Oof. And if I don't perform, I'll have hardly any money to do. I'm gonna have to do some crazy market row shenanigans next round because of all the hate drafting that occurred. Yeah, I guess I wanted to put all these out, but I don't think I can gamble, so I will perform. Okay, so I think everyone's done. So performance stage occurs, so I perform first. I will perform this card. There are 1, 2 links on the card, so that's 2 points. I have my assistant backstage, that's 2 points. I get a shard for the card. And then my tricks, I get my hard trick is $2, and my club trick is $2, 1 point, and a shard. And that is it. And then Garrick's are a little bit special this time. His club trick.
Is it special because I placed that this turn, didn't I?
Yeah, it doesn't matter when you placed it.
Okay.
It's any trick you did at all performs gets the bonus. That's why it was kind of you whether you realize it or not, you did a great move because you put these on last round on Thursday.
Yeah.
When they would have been performed crappily. And then now you're but now you're probably going to, obviously you're going to perform this card and you're going to get bonus points for them. So yeah, that was a good move. So you get 1 point, $2 and a shard. I'll move your point. So give yourself $2.
Yep, grabbing a shard now.
Here's your trick back.
Thank you.
All right, that is that card. So then Garrick performs. He's going to perform this card because it's the only one he has a choice of. He gets 1 point for a link. I'll move your point. You get 1 shard. Your assistant's backstage, so that's 2 points. And then you're going to get... So each trick is worth an extra point, so that's 2 points plus a point, so that's 3 points.
And then $4.
Okay, and a shard, I think.
Yep.
All right, and there's your tricks. And then finally, Alan's trick, his ghost trap, is going to be 2 and 2 because he gets -1.
I already got it. And I get a shard as well.
Wait, why do you get a shard?
From Ghost Trap.
You get... Oh, Ghost Trap's a shard?
Ghost Trap is 3/3 and a shard.
Yep. Nice. Okay, it's a little bit better than I thought.
I'm really flush with shards in this game.
Shards are good, though. All right, that is the end of the round. If you guys will start taking your workers back, I will start moving these cards. So we're going to get to do the orange cards now, which are slightly better. And turn order will be Lily first, Alan second, and then Garrick and I swap. So I will go second to last.
I was not counting on gaining that many points.
Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, everyone,
here I am behind in the dust.
Everyone pay your $3. Don't forget your $3 salary.
I think you mean 5 for me.
No.
And you?
No.
Oh, right, because we didn't use them.
Yes, this round will be 5 though, and this is where it can get dangerous. Where did my extra dude go? Oh, workshop. Okay. All right, I think.
Did you move the turn marker yet?
I did not. So we're in round 4. We have 2 rounds left.
Okay.
What did we say is the value of money in the end game?
1 per 3 is the value of at the very end of the game.
I think 3 to 1 is the better way to phrase that.
Sure.
Rude.
Well, you're not converting VP to money. You're converting money to VP. So.
Oh, yeah. Whatever. All right.
I'll catch up with y'all someday.
Oh, it's a night, dude. You're not that far behind.
You're right there with us all.
Nah, I can't get 16 things. That's spending money. It's boring. I hate it.
Well, it's only spent $1.
It's a whole $1. I hate spending money.
Third, yikes. Yikes. Oh, shit, this sucks.
Oh, damn, I'm the only one who's still got only 3 guys.
I've kind of screwed myself a little bit, I think. Slightly screwed myself.
That's okay. None of us care.
Rude.
Gotta tease the teacher, right? Isn't that how that works?
Yeah. No, it's all good. I mean, you'd think I should win this game. All right, I think everybody's ready, right?
I am.
All right, let's flip. And Lily gets to go first.
Lily gets to panic. All right. You're going downtown. You're going downtown. You're not going downtown. Cool. I'm gonna put this hat in Sunday.
Nice.
Oh, I wanted to go to Sunday.
Sunday.
Wow.
Oh, shoot, we forgot to advertise.
Oh, right.
Lily, do you want to spend $1 for 2 points?
I did already.
Oh, you did? Did you move it? Oh,
yes.
You moved it? Oh.
Yep.
I don't know if I can spend $3 for 2 points. Let me.
Alan, had you moved yours already?
I had spent the money and put the poster, but forgot to move the guy.
Got it.
Yeah, I think I'll do it too.
You'll do it too. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, $3. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so Lily went, Alan went. He just did a day. So my turn. Oof, do I want crappy Thursday is the question. But I can just set.
Lily stole my Sunday, but whatever.
I think I will. Garrick's only doing one dude. Man, that's a whole lot of nothing if I take Thursday. Yeah, I'll go not Thursday.
You're boring.
I will put 2 tricks out. Let's go here. And I'll take a point. And let's go. Go here. Let's do this one instead. Go here and take a point.
Okay. I'll go ahead and head downtown.
Mm-hmm. You have 4 actions.
Yep.
Wait, did we roll? Man, we rolled these dice.
Yeah, I rolled them. They just suck, that's all. I think I've been planning to grab Walled, so I will go ahead and do so. And who else is going downtown? Douglas is.
And Lily.
Lily doesn't know what she's doing.
I'm well prepared. You can't hurt me.
I can't hurt you? You sure?
Yeah. No, because I'm sitting in my magician and I have a shard, so I can just set a dice, so I'm good.
We specifically are not playing with the 36 cards, right?
No, we are not playing with the 36 cards.
Okay.
Because I just had game does not have the 36 cards.
I just had a moment of realization of like, wait a minute, did I totally screw myself over here?
I'll go ahead and exhaust that one, and then I'll just roll this one with my last point. Hey!
Oh, that was mean.
Welp.
Well, I mean, okay, if your plan was to get a trick, you can. Oh, do you not have a shard?
I do.
Oh, okay.
They're right here.
So you can roll, and as long as you don't roll, I assume if you're getting a trick, as long as you don't roll an X, you can.
Let's try it.
Oh gosh, I don't even want to see it.
Oh no!
Well, get your $5, I guess.
Yep, I'll take that $5. One day I won't be completely dumb.
That's almost.
One day I'll get things I need.
That's almost 2 points.
I'm sorry, Lily.
No, you're not. Fuck off.
I'm just doing a workshop action.
That is one criticism. Is this? I think people have house ruled some of this stuff. Like you can always take your trick if it's an X, just because it is a big feels bad if that situation occurs.
All right, so I need 2 hearts and 2 diamonds.
I think it's generally good to input a little bit of noise into an otherwise static efficiency game like this, but I totally understand a lot of the people who play efficiency games like this despise any kind of randomness noise, so
yeah,
does not surprise me.
All right, I am going to send this guy here for 4 actions. I will quick order a mirror for 2 actions. I'll spend another action to buy 1 mirror for $4. And then I will buy also 2 cloth for $2. So that'll be a $6 purchase, leaving me with $1. Yeah, I was playing, my friend and I were playing at a convention in a 4-player game, and we were playing the full game, and I think we were getting our 36-point trick last round in round 3. We were doing that good.
Wow.
So that shows you where we are, right? And we both went downtown to get our trick. But the round started with 2 X's. So if we got our tricks this round, we would have probably got the best score he'd ever done. And then he went downtown and did exactly what Lily did, tried to re-roll for the X. He got the X. He was super upset. Then I went to downtown and I had my 1 re-roll and I also got the X. And I'm like, no. So I mean, we both ended up the same boat, but we would have crushed our best scores ever if we had that had not happened.
How in the hell do you even get that many points that quickly?
There's, like I told you, the advanced game the advanced game puts a lot of variability, which I'll show you.
Okay, fair enough.
We're done.
I bought 1 lock. I don't know that I need any more. I haven't actually looked through the spells that much to see, or tricks that much to see if
that's the only level 2 that needs a lock. I looked too because I was like, how can I repair my lost petroleum and rope by getting a lock? And it's like, oh, that's the only one that needs a lock in level 2, so I don't need a lock anymore. Still got this, Lily. I believe in you.
I'm sorry, Lily.
It's okay. It just screws up everything forever. I'll spend 1 to get 2 wood.
Okay. And
can I put it with the manager automatically, or do I have to move it over to her?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. If there's an empty spot, you can put it directly on her. Are you using your other action to haggle $1 off?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a free action.
Only,
just to haggle
only cost you $1. Yep.
I'm sending my manager to the theater.
Mm-hmm. You put on 2 tricks.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna do enchanted butterflies over here.
Okay.
So that'll get me a point.
Mm-mm.
No?
It's not a link. It's not a link.
Oh, it's not a link. Oh, crap. I set that up completely incorrectly.
Well, no, but the ghost trap had to be set up that way.
But I...
Oh, you thought you were setting it up for yourself? Yeah.
I
You
don't
could
know
have
why I
flipped
thought
the orientation,
I
right?
was...
No. Well,
No, it was.
No.
It's Trickerion.
No.
Well, you could have done it like this, and you could get your point here.
Yeah, but I didn't. Because I played it wrong. Well... Shit.
You could put it here. I mean, this is definitely getting performed, so that'll be a point, but you just won't get the shard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that was going to be the other thing I was going to do.
Oh. So you want a point?
I get the point.
Okay. There you go.
And then...
And get one more.
I mean, I kind of...
You could still put one there anyways, but yeah.
I mean, I could, but I kind of feel like maybe it's better to just get a marker down on the board somewhere. Yeah. Hang on 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see here. I mean, the shard is... That's why this is a better card. Okay. Because the shard is always worth a point if you don't use it, so it's...
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, I will do card manipulation, and it's just a question of where I place it.
That's why I'm hoarding shards.
I mean, there's definitely... And shards become more... There's other uses for shards in the advanced game, or at least one of the expansions. Yeah.
Well,
and I think in one of the expansions they're not worth anything because they have other uses. And they'd just be too crazy.
Right now I'm just gonna do it here.
Okay.
And hope. I mean that card is almost certainly gonna end up getting performed, but all right, I'll be right back. Like 5 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. I will go to the downtown. I will spend a shard to set a dice because I have 2 extra action points, and I will set this to spiritual.
Right? Oh, spiritual.
Yep, spiritual. Yep. Yeah, I'm taking well, I had to adjust the strat because you took all my stuff.
I actually saw the one you were grabbing when I was looking through.
I'm taking Future Sight. Yep. They're probably the only one with a mirror.
I thought Future Sight was a blue card.
Is it?
It's a joke for all you Magic the Gathering fans out there. You know, of the 3 viewers.
Hey, that just may have hit right in their wheelhouse.
Ugh, it feels bad going on Thursday. See, because the plan was to put just 1 out and then to craft all 3, but now it's like, should I forego a craft to put out the 2 of the tricks, or should I? I think I just put out 1 because it's Thursday, and I'd rather put out more next turn. See, since I made a reference to a Magic the Gathering card called Future Sight.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Oh, go ahead.
What am I doing wrong?
Nothing. I'm an idiot. Just go ahead. I don't even want to say it. So just go ahead.
That's heart, so it's chain. They're all chain. What am I thinking about? I could link up.
Is this walled?
No, this is
not walled. Okay. Just
yeah.
make sure, because when you link, you link a 16 point, you get 2 points or 2 money. So.
What? That's news to me.
I said it earlier, but
I don't believe you.
Forgot. All right, 1 point or 1 money?
I think 1 point.
All right. And that's it.
That's it. My second point goes to waste.
Lily's gonna
pass.
Well, she was probably hoping to make her 16 level trick.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Lily.
Nope,
Garrick.
can't do it. I'm gonna pass. I'm just gonna sit here and cry. Make you feel bad.
I will sleep on the
Alright.
couch tonight.
And you're
I'm
on.
not even home.
Oh, I'm going to put feature site here, so I get 2 prepares on it. That's where I meant to put it, on my dude. I get 2. Oops, that's wrong. Yeah, the height thing. I don't know why they did that. All right. Garrick, you're a magician.
Yep, goes to the workshop, and I will assemble all 3 tricks.
Oh, nice. Yeah, there you go. There's another use for the magician. All right, I think I'm the only one with a turn, so I will send my apprentice here and put out future sight. And I'll put it on this card as a spiritual, so I will get 2 points. Ooh, maybe I should get the money because I am running broke and I don't know how much money I'm going to get without performing this turn. Yeah, I'll take the 2 money, and I get a shard, and so does Alan. Okay, so we have to wait for him because he is performing, and I don't know which of these 3 cards he's performing. I would think he's going to perform this one because he will lose that trick if he doesn't.
I would think so, but best to let him decide.
I'm hoping he does, but he might decide because I have 2 tricks here. He might just say, you know what, screw. Oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have done this.
Too late now.
No, I could have done the exact same thing here, so I'll do it there. That's a little safer. But I risk it not getting performed next round, but it's probably worth not taking a risk of him just saying, screw it.
I'm sure it gets performed.
All right, while we're waiting for him, I'm going to just tell you what your asymmetrical power would have been had we played with the asymmetrical powers. Red Lotus. So what Red Lotus can do is she can put, if you're on a trick with another player, which is often, as you see, you can essentially steal their trick and take the points for it, as long as it's the same level or below. And their trick scores 1 less when it's performed. So, but you have to. So if you're performing the card, you could say, you know what, I'm going to take your points because it's worth more points than my trick. But then when I perform your trick, you're getting 1 less point for it. Essentially, that's what her power is. The priestess.
Are you like trading their trick with one of yours, or are you just like stealing one of theirs?
Just stealing the score. So, like for instance, like your stocks escape, you could say, you know what, I'm on my card has stocks escape, and we have water tank escape on the same card. So I'm just going to take your 1 point, and you're going to get no points for your card, essentially.
Gotcha.
I would score 1 less for it. Yep. The priestess. Actually, I can't tell you what I can kind of explain what the priestess does, but it has to deal with the advanced game. You could spend 1 shard to keep. Okay, so part of the advanced game is, and I don't remember where I put them. Right here. Part of the advanced game is going to Dark Alley to take special cards. So, like, this is a downtown card, but when you play it to go downtown, it does something also. And there's cards for each location. There's theater cards. Like Grand Premiere is easy. Grand Premiere, if that trick is the first time it's ever been performed in the game, you could choose to double the points or the money or the shard. So that's like a special card. But these cards are always discarded at the end of the round if you use them. So if you use this, you would just discard it. But the priestess's power is you can spend a shard to keep this card for next round. So you could just keep using this card over and over again.
Interesting.
Which is pretty cool. Yep. Alan has the gentleman. The gentleman power is super easy. The gentleman, when he goes anywhere but perform, because he's a gentleman around town. You know, he likes to be seen. He gets 1 point for every trick he has if he doesn't perform that round. So you could just send him doing other things and let other people perform your tricks, and you're just scoring points you're just scoring 1 point per trick.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's not a very high score. It's a good score early in the game potentially.
Yeah.
I think he's good to start with the specialist that starts with another trick, so you can just score 2 points for just doing other stuff. And then I am the mechanicer. He's super easy too. One of his apprentices has 1 extra action point. You just choose which one. Like you start the game with 1, so obviously that 1. But if you get more, it's just 1 more has 1. So
gotcha.
they're not super asymmetrical. They're not like crazy broke powers. They're just kind of like nice little bonuses.
Yeah.
The most damaging potential is Yoruba. So Yoruba, at the very beginning of the performance phase, there's basically one more phase before performance, and that's the Yoruba phase. And the Yoruba, he can pay a shard to pick any player and force them to perform a different card. But they have to still have a trick on it though. So you can't just like make them perform something they don't have a trick on. But I mean, you can see it could come into play very interestingly if you spread around a lot.
Yeah.
And so if you spread around a lot, you could say like you could like force Alan to not perform this card. Like maybe he had like 3 and like perform this one instead. So it can be pretty brutal. No one likes him. He's pretty brutal. Electra is a nice point generator at the beginning of the game. Electra, you can stack a trick chit on top of on a trick you placed. So like you could say, okay, I'm going to put this on here, and then and as a free action, I'm going to put the second one on top, and you can just get 1 point and 1 money for the level 1s. But as you see, like a lot of these level 1s are like 0 points. So like your stocks escape, you could just point out, you could put 1 for 1 action, then just put another one on top of it and score a point of money for that extra one. So it's a way you can get a lot of points very quickly with her. But then the level 16s and 36s aren't really, they're worth 3 points and 3 money for 36. But if you've ever glanced at the 36s, they're like 9 points. So it's not as useful for those, but she can ramp up to level 16 pretty quick, which is nice. There's the Master of Chains. He also got changed in an expansion. He did really boring stuff before, but he the Great Optico can copy. So if anyone has played one of these cards, he can say, you know what, I'm going to use your card. Like I'm going to downtown too, but I'm going to use your special ability.
Gotcha.
He's kind of interesting, but if no one's buying those cards, he's kind of worthless, obviously.
Yeah.
And Master of Change is somewhere, and I don't know where there he is. He gets 2 points for, I think, every link on a card when he performs instead of 1. Yeah. That's your trick is associated with. So when you perform, you get 2 points per every link that your trick is associated with. So he wants to perform cards with a lot of his links on them. That's pretty much it. There's some expansion guys, but they're I'd have to explain the expansion to you. That's too much. So, Alan, are you back yet? Nope. Okay. But yeah, so a lot of these cards are really cool. So Dark Alley, basically, all these are just in their stacks. When you go to Dark Alley, you say the action of going to Dark Alley is choosing how many cards to take, and you always take 2 and pick 1. So like for 1 action, you could take 2 theater cards and then choose 1 to keep and put 1 back. But there's ways to get multiple cards. So like the first taking 1 card is just 1 action, and then taking an additional card is 2 more actions. So it's possible to take like usually 2 cards is kind of like what normal people do. But I mean, as you see, you could just get a ton of these cards, and I mean there's a lot of really good crazy combos you can do with these cards. A lot of the workshop cards. So there's some for workshop as well. Like some of them allow you to like put like on stage preparation. You can prepare the trick and then immediately put 1 on a card, which is nice. Just crazy stuff. This one just gives you an extra trick. This is one where the suits matter. Like if the trick is a heart trick, you get 3 bonus points, that kind of stuff. I think he's back.
I hear an Alan.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
All right. Well,
Focus
we are to the performance. Yeah,
Focus was killing time like a champ.
Yeah. All right. So it is your performance phase, and you actually have 3 cards to choose from. Would you like to prefer the card that you will lose?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So that was easy. All right. So you get $3 for your manager.
Woo!
You get 1 point for the link on the card. You get 1 point and 1 money for down there, so you get another money. And then you perform this card. You get your ghost trap. I think that's ghost trap, right? So 3 points, 3 money. I'll move your points and a shard. 1, 2, 3.
So I should have gotten 2 shards so far, right? 1 for the card and 1 for ghost trap.
No, the card did not give you a shard. The card was a point of money.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then I perform my water tank escape. That's 1 point, 2 money, and a shard. All right, that is that card. And then now Lily's performing, and I assume she's performing this one. And
yes,
she gets.
I have no other options.
So you get 1 money for the card. Hold on, how many
Okay.
links were there? Hold on, what was your trick? Your trick was this one trick.
It was this one, yeah.
You were linked with
It
a
was
shard, I
like
think.
this.
So that's 1, 2, 3 points for links. And your heart trick is 2, 1, and a shard, but you get bonus points. So you get 3 points, $2, and a shard.
Cool.
And then I get my club trick again, which is 1 point, 2 money, and a shard. And then Alan gets the spade and the heart. The spade is ghost trap for that's 3, and the heart is 2, so that's 5 points, 3 money, and a shard.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, 5 points, up to 32. And we are now officially in round 5, the last round of the basic game.
My ghost
And-
traps are gone.
They are all gone. All right. So first will be Garrick. Worst to first.
Did you just say I'm worst?
No, you were worst to first. I mean, you're in turn order, not any other way. All right. Let me just do
Don't
these.
let him make you think anything else, sir.
All right. Let me adjust these theater cards.
I want it to go.
Okay, maybe I shouldn't be allowed to roll dice anymore.
Wow, you just rolled 2 X's for those 2.
You kidding me? I hate you.
I'm sorry. I spammed the R
You're
button.
dead to me. You're dead to me.
Oh, pay your salaries. I owe 5.
They're pretty sweet, Season. They are pretty sweet.
Everyone pay 3 or more.
Yep.
Lily didn't use a dude, I think, so she only pays 3.
I didn't, so I paid 3.
Yeah, okay. Making sure. All right, I paid mine. I have $2 left. All right, so this is the last round of the game. And, you will get your 2 points.
Paid everything.
Absolutely,
advertising.
positively.
Yeah,
Lily,
me too.
okay, 2 points. I can't afford it. Do you want to spend $4 for 2 points, Alan? I assume so, probably, because you have $8.
Yep.
All right, everyone assign.
Did you already bump me up?
I did, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this problem with having 5 workers at this point is I don't need to go to Market Row, and I only have 5 cards.
Yeah, this is why I switched. I realized the diminishing returns pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, in the basic game, you're only ever going to have 5 cards, and as I just showed them while you were gone, you can accumulate many more cards if you would like. So it's not that in the normal game you could have 10 cards in your hand.
Look, I just want 1 more theater card. That's all I care about.
Yep, well,
Right?
that's and hence why the normal game. Yeah, I wouldn't even call it the advanced game. It's just that's how you play the normal game. See if I can get another trick by any crazy. I don't think it's worth it though.
Honestly, I don't think the game is bad like this. Like, obviously, it'll become better, but
it's so much better. But this is a little more straightforward. There's still even another thing I didn't even show you, which I'll talk about when we're done. God, I just slam tricks. Alan's gonna be hard to catch. He got ghost trap very early.
Yeah, I figure this game's basically over.
It can be hard to catch up in this version but the advanced version, there are like those crazy card powers. They can catch you up. But yeah, it's gonna be tough.
For reference, I am enjoying this way more than the first time I played it.
Oh, good.
That's good.
I'll take that as a compliment. Maybe you had a bad teacher. All right, so let me do turn order real quick, Garrick. Okay. All right, if everybody's ready, we can flip. And Garrick will go first.
Okul-e dokul-e.
Hey, Lily, you should flip your cards.
Oh, sorry. Nope, that's not flipping my cards. Oh, God. Don't mind me for a second. I'm just going to put them back out.
You're all good. All right. Garrick is taking control of Friday and putting out 2 tricks.
Gotta get down on Friday.
Friday. That was a classic.
Classic.
All right, let's see how bad. Oh, God damn it! Every time. Let's see how bad my luck is. I don't even care anymore.
Oh no!
my gosh.
Damn it. Okay, I give up. I give up on life.
Just take your trick. Just take your trick.
No.
That's just too
Nope.
much.
Nope. I fucking refuse.
No, Garrick, put your tricks out.
Oh, you're totally right. I'm a dum-dum.
Dude, Lily with the worst luck in the history. Maybe these dice.
Oh yeah, I don't have good luck with dice, so
I mean, the good news is, dude, even with as bad luck as you have, you're still like tied with Garrick. So that should be humorous.
Does that make sense? I don't know.
That makes sense.
And then I want victory points. Well, that one also gets a crystal, which is effectively a victory point. I don't think it makes a real difference.
I gave up victory points to get nothing. You should do it too.
I mean, I guess I could link myself, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could. And you'll get one of those is your walled, right? Well, technically, you place wall second.
Oh, okay.
So you get 2 points or 2 money. I assume you want the points.
Yeah.
And because at this stage, you usually get enough money to pay salary from all the other stuff. So you
yeah,
get 2
I've got
points
the
and a
money I
shard.
need, so I want points.
Yep. So get your shard too. And then it is my turn. I will. I'll go downtown. Oh no, probably should take a day. I will. Or do I take Sunday? Yeah, you know what? Let's get some extra points.
Yeah,
I'll
it makes
take
sense.
Sunday, and I will put my future sight here for 2 more points because it's level 16. And that's all I can do.
Sorry, hang on.
No worries. The longer this game goes on, the more time I have until Lily kills me.
I know.
You know what?
Yeah, it was you that started it. Like that first reroll.
One Daiji, why did you have to do it?
You could have just
Why?
left it. He could have just left it. He didn't have to re-roll it.
Because I
Didn't
wanted
have
to be a
He could have been
dick.
nice to me. He could have been slightly nicer.
All right.
You're the worst.
How long are you in Houston for?
I'm here for the week and then probably next week too.
Wow, even like
So
the
I get to
week
fly
meeting-
a lot. So I normally travel Monday and come back Friday.
Wow.
So.
I
And
hope
then-
you're at least racking up air miles.
Yes, I am. That's like the one good thing. I became a diamond member for the hotel I'm in, which is cool,
Wow.
I guess. I don't think that actually means anything, but I'm there.
You might get like a free croissant or something.
All right, so I spend a crystal, so I have 3, and I can use that to buy the $5 dues.
Yep.
I am so jealous. I really want to go to Houston again.
Lily.
All right. Let's just take over Saturday.
All right.
All right.
I will. I will go downtown as well. I have to spend a shard. This is fairly pointless, but I will spend 1 shard to take the $4. So I do get 33% more points doing this, potentially. I mean, it may end up being another point, who knows, but I'll take $4. That is the problem with the base.
Is this about 33% of what?
Well, because every $3 is a point at the end of the game, so I just basically spent a shard to get a point.
Ah,
And then part of a point.
1.33 points. Yeah, that may not even materialize into a point. But that's part of the problem with these 5-round game when you only have these 5 cards is your turns are kind of like normally you could do 2 downtown actions if you want, which can be risky because if everyone goes downtown, then you might not get that second downtown action.
I'm gonna refresh my crap. Because it's all I can do.
All right. I am also going to refresh my crap. I'm only going to refresh future sight though.
Is there any reason?
Okay. I'm going, yeah, well, because I'm not performing. I'm using him to put more future sight
Yeah,
out.
okay. That makes sense.
I don't know why I thought that would give me any additional information. This would be the downside to having the fewest workers.
So you can put out 3 tricks. Yes, this is because you don't know. So right now you're in a situation where you're going to put out some tricks, but only, Garrick's going to perform probably this one, but you don't you don't have to perform this one anymore, which will hurt me and Garrick. So you could, you're probably going to load up another card, and now Lily could just, send one over here and just do her own thing, and then one of these is not going to get performed. But so yeah, this is a situation where someone's going to lose points here. It won't be Lily, probably, but it's probably going to be.
Not.
It's probably going to be Garrick and I.
I was trying to decide: is it better to not match and play Spirit Trap is worth 3 points, or 2 points actually, because of Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas if I do match, I guess it's the same, but Spirit Trap gets me a lot more money and a shard, so I should just play my Spirit Traps.
Yeah, the shard effectively makes it 2 points. Or an additional point, I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, technically, Spirit Trap's netting me 5 points after all else is done and said. Because of the $3.
Yeah.
So, the problem is that means if I do it that way, I have to play across at least 3 other cards.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, you could put one here and one here because you figure these will get performed, but then you're putting one on some other card that may not get performed because Lily could just say, you know what, I'll just go on this one that you're not on, so I don't have to perform your ghost trap.
That's true.
So no link there. No link there.
Yeah, unfortunately, it just didn't work out that way.
And then where do you want to put that one? I mean, you could try to gamble. The problem is, I mean, she could just go where she wants. I mean, she probably won't go on this one because it's only $1. So she'd probably go on one of these two, but.
Can you line up to get a shard out of it that might incentivize Lily?
Yeah.
Because she's spiritual, so she might just say,
screw
the world, burn it down.
I do like burning things down, but I think I prefer burning things down helping Alan. I'm not sure. We'll see.
If it was Garrick there, she would for sure be going over here.
Oh yeah, no, he would be forsaken.
The other thought is I could play card manipulation instead, which is a little less obtrusive, but I get so little out of doing that, so it's not even worth it to do that.
Yeah.
If I wasn't on Thursday, it might be the right play, but boom.
All right, Garrick.
I'm forsaking my last guy. I want that dollar.
Right. Lily's gonna do a couple of tricks.
Yeah.
Question is, are you gonna? Oh yeah, the bad news is you're the same trick, and then we filled these cards up. So right, so one's gonna get probably unperformed. So you can decide. Do you want to put it on this? See, because you could still put one on this. Right, but
I'll
right, you get the point for the link, and you get the shard, and Alan gets a shard. But you could just put a second one somewhere else and say, "Screw it, Yeah, exactly.
We'll see which one I perform. You'll never know with me. So I can figure out how to rotate this properly.
All right. I'm going to go backstage and put on some future sites. So we'll just gamble that one of these is going to get done. I'll put this here for 2 points. And then I'll put this other one here for no points. So I've cornered the Lily market, at least.
It's a good market, at least in my opinion.
You're trying to work yourself back in. All right, I think that's it. No one has any workers. So we go to the performance phase for the last time. All right, so Alan performs first. He has his manager backstage, so give yourself $3. And which card are you performing of these 3 options?
1 minute, I need to
Yeah, because there's definitely some more ones with more links on them. That's 2 points for links on that one.
Actually,
2
they're
points.
both 2 links.
Yep, but this one's worth more points on the bottom.
Well, actually, yeah, that is. It's worth 2.3 points.
Okay, so this one right here, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Since I know that this will get performed unless Garrick decides not to perform.
I think that is an option, but it'd be pretty weird. Okay, so you get 2 points for that's not you. 2 points for the links. You get 2 points for the card. You get $1, and you also get nothing else. What am I thinking I'm missing? Oh, I think I just thought.
Yeah, I
about
already got
okay.
the manager.
Yep. All right, so let's do everybody else's points first, and then we'll do yours. So that's my future site. That's 5 points for me, and $1, I think. Yep, or $2 because it's on Sunday. Garrick is his heart and diamond trick.
I get 4 points. Crystal and was it $3? Yeah, $3.
Okay, moved your points, and then that's Alan's ghost trap. So it's 2 points, $2. And a shard. All right, so that's your last trick here. All right, next up is Garrick, who has to do this card.
Yep, I do it because I'm not insane.
Yeah, no. So you get 2 points for your assistant. You get 2 points for links, and you get 1 point and a shard for the bottom. And we'll do Garrick first.
Which one is it? Heart.
It's heart. So
I get 1 point.
1 point.
Oopsie. I was dumb and should have put 2 walled out instead of putting out 1 walled and 1 heart last turn.
Yeah. All right. It's Alan's spade, which is ghost trap, I think. Yep. Spade and his diamond at 1 point less. So the diamond's only worth a shard. So you're going to get 2 points, 2 money, and 2 shards. So I'll give you your points. So you get 2 shards and 2 money. Or not 2, 2 money. And then finally, I get my future site, which is 5 points and 2 money. All right. And then finally, Lily, you can do this card or this card. Which would you like to do?
I will do this card because it's less.
Yay. Okay. So you have your assistant backstage for 2 points. There's 1 link for a point. You get a shard. And then your heart trick is 2, 1, and a shard. So 2 points, 1 money, and a shard. Make sure you take that. And then I get 5 points and 2 money for future sight.
I feel betrayed.
And then
I'm sorry.
And then this poor theater, everyone showed up and no one did anything.
You really banged out those last.
I shouldn't have done that. I didn't realize how close. I didn't realize how close you two were.
Future sight helped out the most. All right. Well, we have final.
I would have been better if I had my trick that Garrick didn't deny me.
What was she? How many? I don't know.
Okay, so
let's just score final points real quick.
Yep, 1 point for every shard. So Garrick, how many shards do you have left over? Holy shit.
9.
Okay, so 35 to 44.
Oh, do we need to pay staff real quick?
Oh, yep. Everyone does your final wages. I do 5. If any guy you didn't use, make sure you don't pay him. We'll just do all of Garrick's points first.
I get 4 points in money.
4 points in money. In the baby game, you get 2 points for every apprentice. So that's just 1, I think, right? And 3 points for your specialist, which is only 1. So 3 more points. So you ended with 53 points. That's it. Okay.
Do I have 1 apprentice or 2 apprentices?
Oh, shoot. You do. I'm sorry. You do have 2 apprentices. You have 55. I forgot you. That one comes with 1. Okay. We'll do Lily next. She has, how many shards do you have?
4.
4. How much money? 1 per 3.
Got 13, so it's another 4.
4 points. You have 1 apprentice because yours didn't come with 1, so that's 2 points. And then you have 2 specialists for 6 points. So 45, I think, is your final. We'll do Alan next. So Alan, how many shards do you have?
9.
9? Wow. So 51 money, 1 per 3.
I have 9, so 3 points.
Okay. Apprentices, you have 1 and 1 specialist for 5 points. So you beat Garrick by 4 points. And then finally, I have I have 8 shards for 53. I have 7 money for $2. And then I have 2 specialists for 6. And 2 apprentices for 4 for 65. And that is the final score.
Minus 10 for the teaching penalty.
I mean, I would have felt bad. I mean, y'all did great. I mean, it would have looked really bad had I not won, considering how many times I've played this game.
Yeah.
But y'all did.
Well, at least I thought getting stuck on Thursday was going to screw me more than it did.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely hurt you
I would have been here instead.
Yeah.
And having the extra charge didn't do anything for me since it didn't get spent.
Oh, yeah.
I had the option of just playing out my magician early. And I think I didn't because I was considering just putting out all of my tricks instead. And I think that shot me in the foot. I should have just put my magician up because if I had been here where Lily is, I wouldn't have been in such a bad spot. Oh well. I'm not in a bad spot.
So let me explain the one other thing that main game has, and this just causes tons of variability. So there's this prophecy wheel over here with this scary looking guy. So starting in round 2, so these come out on this little wheel here, and in the first round nothing happens, but start of round 2, this one gets kicked out. I think it even does it. Okay, no, it just rotates it. But so this one will get kicked out here, and for that round, this takes place. And this one means everyone plays 2 characters on their turn, which makes things a little interesting. So this is kind of like rule breakers that just, and you can kind of see what's coming, so you can kind of prepare for it.
Yeah.
This one is every worker's only 1 action point. That one's terrible. So there is actually, if you go to Dark Alley, you can spend 1 action point to actually rotate this. So you're like, okay, this one sucks. This one's going to hurt me. So I'll go here and I'll use 1 action point just to save it. Because there are some that can hurt that could just affect just you, because there's some in here that are associated with each magic school too. So there could be one reason why you might want something happen sooner or never happen. So you can just keep rotating it around so it never. So that kind of adds a neat little variability. And this can ramp up scores a lot because there's like this one right here. Saturday gets the same bonuses as Sunday, so that you can see why that would be pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. This one is terrible. If you want to use the +2 action slot, you have to pay $3. So that one would be terrible.
Yeah.
But that's why, like I told you, in this game, we're always going to go to the 2 spot first. But if this was here, you might say, you know what? I don't need that extra action point. I'll just take the +1 and not pay that extra money.
Makes sense.
Yep. So one of the expansion is called the Magician Powers, and the Magician Powers are kind of like the tricks in that there's 3 levels. There's 1s, 16s, and 36s. And as you might suspect, to use the 16s, you have to have at least 16 points, and to use the 36s. So these are drafted at the beginning of the game. You draft, I think, 4 of each level. Kind of adds to the setup time of the game, unfortunately, but you could just deal them out and don't do a draft. But what they do is, so this is where this side of the board, the left side of the board, comes into play. So when you play this expansion, you start with 3 shards, and they start like this. And then every round, at the start of every round, you can play 1 magician power. And where they go is right here. So like this one will go in either the two bottom slots. And when you play it, to be able to use it, it has to have a shard here. So when you spin shards, you kind of spin top down.
Got
you
it.
can actually like deactivate powers. So, and these powers just give you crazy, like this one says, whenever you receive 2 or more money, you may take an extra money. So this can get you a lot of money very quickly. But every round you could switch out a power, you can add another power. So obviously the 36s are usually you're going to be played up here, and they can do crazy stuff. I mean, I won't go through all of them because there's like 30 in each stack. There's a ton, but they can add crazy amounts of variability, crazy combos. So that's one of the expansions. And then the other expansion, let me just kind of load this up just to give you a quick preview. And I told you, and I didn't tell, I mean, I told you, Garrick and Lily, but Alan, the Dark Alley, the main area of Dark Alley is getting these cards. These are just like the cards in your hand. Like this one goes to the theater. So you play this to go to the theater. However, it comes with a bonus. So like this one, if you play this one, you go to the theater. If you perform on Thursday, you ignore the negative penalty. That's great. And then this one also says if you perform on Saturday, you get Sunday's bonus. So there's cards like this that just add, oh, this one's nice. You may set up the same trick on the same card. So you could, hey, you want to see my trick again? We're going to set up the same card. But these are one-time use. If you use them, they're discarded at the end of the round. So there are just one-time uses, but you can keep them. You could just accumulate a bunch, and you could just have tons of them. The other thing that the other benefit of these
traps on a single spot.
Yeah. The other benefit of these, though, is that if you look in the bottom left corner or right corner, it says +1 action. So when you use this card, you can either use it for the middle bonus, or you could just say, I just want it for the extra action. What that means is, in the theater, you can use this card to get an extra action point. Now, you're only using it for that. You're not using it for the bonus in the middle. It also means, like, if you use a card like downtown, if you send a guy downtown via this card, you could say, I'm going to use this card as the extra action, and I'm going to play a shard. So that you can get 2 extra actions that way. So there's a lot of crazy stuff you can do with these cards. There's a huge stack, as you see. There's probably like 12 per thing. When you go to Dark Alley, you choose 2 and pick one of one section. So that it adds a crazy amount to the game. Because all these do really powerful things. So let me just load up real quick the thing again, and just to kind of show you the expansion that came out earlier this year. Yeah, sorry for everyone who's going to have to load up this entire thing again. Lily's laptop, I assume.
Yeah,
in her hotel.
On her hotel internet. Along. Just 49, 40, 50, 51.
Hey, it's like if it doesn't
we'll get there one day.
She might get there. She might beat Alan. 97. Oh, she come from behind victory. Not quite.
Not quite. Who's going to make it?
Oh,
Alan did it.
Ow.
Well, you're still at 99. What is it? Okay,
there it goes.
Okay, so the other expansion
oh boy
is, yeah, they just set up the game. It's fine. Don't worry about everything that it's doing. Okay. Oh, Lily's still reloading again.
We'll get there one day.
Gosh.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Kevin. Yeah, we the only reason we didn't do Dark Alley is because we just wanted to do a quick ease-in game with the standard rules. We'll definitely play full game next time.
Okay, so the Dark Alley is not really expansion. That's really just the base game, and then the Magician Powers was the first expansion, but it's kind of small. This is the second expansion that came out, I think, last fall, and it's definitely bigger. So it adds this entire new board called the Academy, which you actually have a card for because this is a new worker placement spot. You also get a permanent specialist. So this is not a specialist in terms of you choose, that you start with this guy also. He's the protege. The theme here is you're going to take over for you once down the road sometime. So you start with an additional worker, essentially. He comes with only 1 action, but what's interesting about him is you can actually upgrade him throughout the game. So when you go to the academy, you can do one of like 4 different actions. This is a big action spot. The easiest thing you can do is upgrade your protege. So there's these 2 secrets out here, and I don't tell you. I'm not going to tell you how many action points everything costs, but let's just tell you what they do. So the secrets, if you go here to get a secret, you just put it in the bottommost slot of your protege, and now he has this ability. And this one is he gets 2 extra action points when he does workshop actions. So you can what's cool about this game is you can the secrets do come out randomly, so it's hard to like build like a really focused guy, but you could, because there's like other workshop stuff in here. Like you could get shards of workshop, but so yeah, you can kind of build like a focused guy, or one he just does totally different stuff. But he's free because he's your protege, but as you build him up, now he costs $1, now he costs $2. But once you get his second secret right here, he now has 2 action points instead of 1. And then if you get 3 secrets on him, he has 3. So he's basically as good as a magician. So that's pretty cool. The other thing you can do at the academy is you can build rooms. So I think they did this because people had a lot of money at the end of the game and didn't have a place to use it for points, or they wanted to score more points at the beginning of the game to get to those 16-point tricks sooner. So to build a room, there's 2 different types of rooms. There's practice rooms and classrooms. Or I did that in the reverse order. Practice rooms and classrooms. They're not really, on the board, they're not really distinguishable, but
other than the name
build a
down
room,
here.
Yeah. To build a room, again, you have to be the level. They have levels again. To build a room, you just pay the money, you get the points instantly. So as you see, like later in the game, you can really pour money into these points. When you build a room, so let's look at the practice rooms first. So when you build a room, the practice rooms can do very interesting things. And that one's a little more complicated. So let me just pick one that's a little less complicated. When you build a practice room for additional action points, or when you come here later, you can assign one of your tricks to the practice room. So you could say, I'm going to assign my heart trick to the practice room, and you could assign it right here. And what this means is now your heart trick, you can assign it any way you want to get links. So you're basically going to permalink it every single time. So that's what that bonus means. This one just means you get an extra money, so it's just worth more money. So basically, the practice room basically boosts your tricks, so it makes them just better. So a lot of those early tricks can be enhanced significantly. What's cool about the classroom, though, is so when you build a classroom, if you build the classroom the same level that the
practice room.
Yeah, no. Let me think. I'm getting confused here. No, okay, I'm totally wrong. Okay, so when you build the classroom, you put it here, and if when you put the classroom trick in here, if it matches the room, you get a bonus. So like because you can put higher level tricks in here if you want, but if you put a level 1 trick in here, it's going to get you this bonus like little point. Or if you like have a 16 down here, you get 2 shards if you put a 16 trick in here. But what the classroom trick is, you basically thematically you're retiring the trick. So you're like, okay, this water tank escape, it's been done. No one cares about it anymore, but I'm going to teach it to a new generation of magicians. So when you do that, you put it in the classroom. You can never perform it again after that round. You put it in here. You can perform it the same round it's in here, but once it's in the classroom, any future rounds, you cannot perform it. However, you get like a permanent passive yield from that trick.
Gotcha.
So for instance, if he put his ghost trap in here, which we don't have anymore because I reset the board, but if we put his ghost trap in here, he made 3 money from ghost trap. Well, he makes now 6 money a round just for having this here. The downside is you have to keep the trick on your board. You cannot take it off. So it's kind of stuck on your board, but I mean, it's making $6 a round without you doing anything, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Because like with this expansion, you could literally, now you can't just, you have to be able to perform the trick to put it in the classroom. So you can't just acquire, okay, I'm going to acquire Breath of Life and then immediately retire it.
Mm.
You have to still be able to have the components for it. You can't But there are a lot of tricks you can do where you have the components, get a trick, and then still retire at that round. But you can't just, you still have to be able to perform it at least. There's additional rooms that open up here after certain rounds in the game. And this is kind of an area control thing too, because if you build a room in round 1 or 2, you get these little banners. So like if I built this room in round 1, I'd put 4 of my green banners right here. It tells you how many banners each one. And at the end of the game, whoever has the most banners, whoever did this the most gets, I think in a 4-player game, I think it's like 12, 7, 5, and 1 or something like that. So it's kind of like an area, like who did this the best. So you can kind of, you could really focus on this really hard and not really do, because a lot of the new magicians, so there's 4 new magicians in the expansion that we didn't use because they're mostly associated with the expansion. Her power is she can use one of her protege secrets with an apprentice. So one of her apprentices can like duplicate a secret, which is pretty cool. And I kind of don't remember what these guys do. I think one guy can always buy a room 1 level above that he can normally buy or something like that. And then one of these guys can retire tricks and he doesn't have to keep them on his board, which is nice. I think that's what they do. And then she can actually be used with the base game because she just gets 1 extra point for every link. 1 extra point or whatever money for every link she makes. That's, I think, pretty much it. Yeah, Alan, I kind of explained what all the magicians did. Like your gentleman, in the normal game, his asymmetrical power is if he does not perform that round, if he just goes around town and does other stuff, you get 1 point per trick you have on your board. So you could just, so he could just be used to kind of like do all the heavy lifting while everyone else is performing tricks and you're scoring points just for your tricks. It's not super, none of their powers are super, they're not like root asymmetry. They're just kind of like slight bonuses. The Mechaniker, one of the apprentices has an extra action point. Probably my favorite, Princess of Mysticism, I told Lily, she can pay a shard to keep one of those bonus cards from the Dark Alley from round to round. So instead of giving it up, she can say, I really like this card, so I'm going to keep it and use it again. Like there's some broke combos with her. There is like this, let me show you this. I think it's in here.
I don't know if it's always that easy to accumulate shards, but I couldn't use them all.
Yeah, well,
would not have been possible.
Yeah. A friend of mine did this card. This is only available in the Academy expansion. But if you advertise this turn and you have 2 specialists backstage, you get 8 points. So he was just advertising, putting 2 guys backstage to set up tricks, letting other people do them, and then scoring 8 points, and then using Princess of Mysticism to keep this card. Rinse and repeat, and it was a lot of points. I'm pretty sure he won the game. Yeah, it was. So you can do a lot of crazy combos with the. And finally, the 36 tricks not only are much better, or just a lot of points, but they also have in-game rewards, and they're all different. And they're kind of hard to. I would say it's kind of hard to synergize, like which trick you're doing with what you're focusing on. But I guess it's possible. But like the Horror Saws gives you 1 point per shard. Now in the advanced game, shards aren't worth points. So it wouldn't be 2 points per shard. This one gives you 2 points for every one of those extra cards you keep at the end of the game, like you didn't use. Aztec Lady, 2 points for every trick you still have left on your board. And this one gives you 4 points for every 16 level trick you have. So they're not like major points, but they can be pretty decent, but each one's kind of a little bit different. So, but that's pretty much it. That would be all the. There's another mini expansion, but it's not in this, not in this mod. But it's kind of like the Magician's Powers. It's kind of small, but it came out with the Academy stuff. But that's Trickerion. Did y'all enjoy your Trickerion experience?
I did.
I mean, other than you screwing Lily.
That's why I enjoyed it.
It was even, I would say, a bit better than I expected. So
Good.
solid.
I'm glad.
Nice.
We will try the now that you've learned the game, it'll go much quicker, and we can try the. We won't do Academy yet, but we'll at least do the Dark Alley, and that'll it'll blow up the variation in the game, and you'll see the true beauty of this game, in my opinion, of all the crazy things that can start happening.
But I want to see Splatter happen this week, though.
I do want to do Splatter Saturday or Sunday.
Yes.
One of the 2 days.
Yes. Agreed.
Cool. I will hopefully let you know if I can be into that.
All right. Well, I'm going to shut down the stream. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
GG.
This was Trickerion. Thank you very much to Fugless for teaching, and of course to everyone else for playing.
Thank you for playing.
And tune in next week for another Mindclash Monday, probably. That's what we're going to try for, at least. So thanks for watching.
All right. GG's, everybody.